Rise and grind, ladies and gentlemen. It's about to get bumpy. Time to attack and dominate. This is Morning Juice with Brandon Beam and Bobby Carpenter.
Sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
And here we go on a Wednesday, attacking and dominating our way to 9 a.m. every single weekday morning, right here on The Fan. Brandon Beam, the General Bobby Carpenter, and of course, our fearless leader and producer, Mark the Shark. Bob, what is dead may never die. And we've gotten 81 games down, 1 to go for the Canadiens and the Blue Jackets.
Still in it.
And they, my friend, are still alive. What's happening, man? Good to talk to you.
Still got it.
Still got it.
That's it was a good feeling.
Drama-free, too.
Oh, yeah, you go up 3-0 and ride that bad boy to victory.
Yeah, I mean, like nothing at the first intermission, but then it was a goal explosion.
Yeah, but there was never any time where, like, they're giving it back, where you're frustrated. It felt really nice, man. I was hoping that was the case. Mm-hmm. You thought that would be the case coming into this, and you're playing a Philly team that isn't playing for much. You never know. Like, they could rise up and get it done. You're hoping now.
The Blackhawks weren't playing for anything the other night.
Exactly. And so you're hoping now that, who is it, the Hurricane Carolina?
It is the Canes.
The Canes, who now you're the biggest.
Come on, Canes.
You're going to make it happen. And you're hoping that they're going to be able to get it done for you tonight. So heading into tomorrow, the final day of the regular season, you will be playing for a chance to make the Stanley Cup Finals. When you were 70-1. Shark, I mean, think about that ticket, buddy. I tried to get you there.
We really did.
I'm mad that I didn't put
$100
on
What are we down to today?
We are down to
6-1.
Oh, I bet it's like 2-1, maybe.
The odds are now off the board.
What? How can that be?
Sorry. I was looking at the wrong place. The Canadiens are minus 400. The Jackets are plus 285. It was 11 to 1 yesterday.
Less than 3-1.
Yeah.
I said 2-1. I mean, I feel pretty good about that. I mean, Montreal is still minus. You said 400.
Minus 400. Yeah.
But they got to get a point.
I mean, they're barely favored tonight. It's minus 115 for them, minus 104 for the Canes.
Canes play hard.
Yeah, they do.
You're hoping that old Donnie can put a call in over there.
Hey, make sure your guys
squad.
bust their ass for 60 minutes.
Finish them.
Come on, let's go. Let's get ourselves into the playoffs.
I mean, think about the irony of that, of who is here now.
I know.
And how all this transpired, and now that's the help that you need.
It's the team he put together.
Let's hope you put together
a good team, at least for this game.
I don't need old boy in Titanic saying, "I'm sorry, lass. I wish I built you a better ship." I don't need that. You built a good ship. Let's have them go make it happen.
Like a rocket ship. We'll get into that a little bit more in their game from last night coming up in our next segment. I have a question for you. What's better, a bird in the hand or a bird in the bush? Because Nico Iamaleava has none at this point.
Of course he doesn't.
Coming up here at the bottom of the hour. Crazy developments in that story. A little bit. Bill Belichick.
Hey, Nico, don't crash out.
Yeah, seriously, don't do that. Turns out Bill Belichick's girlfriend is running the show down in Chapel Hill. Did you see the stuff come out from yesterday? We'll get into that.
I saw her walk around on the field.
Yeah, that's all you needed to see, really. We'll get into that a little bit later on. Steve Helwagen of Bucknuts, he will pick up the phone this morning at 7:30. And then at the end of the program, as we do every single Wednesday, a different Columbus Blue Jacket joins the program. Erik Gudbranson joins us today around 8:47-ish, a little bit later on. So great show lined up for you. But before we pop into anything else, it is Wednesday. It's April 16th. It is 2025. Time for Today in History.
Time to get smarter. Morning Juice presents Today in History. Here's your professor, Bobby Carpenter.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
All right, Bob, what do you got lined up for us on this hump day, buddy?
Oh, boy, Beamer. We've got ourselves a robust one. It is a Wednesday, April 16th, 106th day of the year, 259 days remaining in this 2025. This date, 1910, the oldest existing indoor hockey arena, still in use, opens for the first time. Do you know what arena that is?
The Boston Garden?
Well, it's still called the Boston Arena. But yes, Boston Arena is still open, still operational. It opened on this date 115 years ago today. I'm amazed that they had the technology to be able to cool it.
Yeah.
And take care of all that stuff back then. This day, 1917, big day for Sharky. Vladimir Lenin returns from exile to St. Petersburg, or I believe they called it Stalingrad a little bit later, Shark.
The Return of the King.
The Return of the King. That's what actually Tolkien wrote that book. It was based upon that when he came back.
The hobbits were just people at the Kremlin.
I think it was Leningrad, not Stalingrad.
Well, it was Lenin. Yeah, not Stalingrad. It was Leningrad. They called it Petrograd for a while. But yeah, now back to St. Petersburg. This date, 1929, the New York Yankees are the first team to wear numbers on their uniforms. And now they have no single digits left.
Now they have all the pinstripes.
You know what the numbers signified?
I'm guessing the batting.
Your position?
Position, yeah.
Batting order. Babe Ruth batted third, wore number 3. Gehrig batted fourth, wore number 4.
How did that work in the box score with their positions? Just like it does today.
Well, Babe would have been number 9 in right field. Not sure what you mean.
I don't know.
It's all right. This day, 1943, Albert Hoffman discovers the hallucinogenic properties of LSD.
Awesome.
So this is a big day for you, Sharky. I know. Like,
Never done LSD, Bob.
Never had a nice trip with Uncle Sid?
Never really had any desire to.
You've never done LSD yet.
Correct.
You haven't done LSD yet.
Yeah.
There's still time.
I've made it 64 years without it. I think I can go the rest
I don't know,
of the
man.
way.
You just checked off the bucket list for the hot air balloon.
100%.
Why not? Next time you go up there, just drop a tab.
You go out to Joshua Tree next time, sit there, hang out.
Tasting colors, man.
Yeah, it'll be great watching that sunrise up over the desert.
Boys like Mexico.
That'll be tremendous for you, Sharky. Oh, goodness. This date, 1947, Bernard Baruch is the first to use the term Cold War. He was a U.S. statesman at that point in time with our engagement with the Soviet Union. And then in 1971, Brown Sugar is released by the Rolling Stones.
65 years old, that song.
That's wild. Mick Jagger, still alive, just like the Jackets.
Yep.
Not 65 years old.
Yes, you said 1960?
71.
71.
Okay.
So-
you said 1960.
No, so that's 54 years old.
Okay, yeah.
Still pretty old. Jagger's getting up there.
Giving me an earful this
He
morning.
really is. And then 1977, Don't Give Up on Us by David Soul hits number 1.
Don't give up on us, baby.
Yeah.
Don't make the wrong seem right.
It's amazing in the 70s that song hit number 1 because that sounds like nothing from the 70s.
No.
When I think of 70s music,
You think of more like Rolling Stones.
oh,
like-
Stones, maybe some Lionel Richie, a little bit of disco, some disco in there. Yeah, just absolutely wild. Some birthdays today. One of Dayton's own, Wilbur Wright, born this date, 1867.
My guy.
First in flight. Absolutely. Shark, you got audio of that first
I
transmission?
do not, Bob.
But
Do not.
I thought that the FAA was regulating that back then, making
were.
sure there were no helicopters in the flight path.
True.
This date, 1928, Dick Night Train Lane was born, the Hall of Famer with the Cardinals and Lions. 14 interceptions beam in a single season.
Oh.
Yeah, pretty darn impressive for him. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar turning 78 today.
The hook shot isn't really popular in today's game because the players coming up, they've watched film of Dr. J and Michael Jordan, and that's how they want to play. But not everybody has that kind of skill. If you can effectively deliver with that kind of shot, you could be a consistent player in this league. I got to be the highest scorer in the NBA history because I used that shot.
There you go. You heard it there from Kareem, for heaven's sake. The highest scorer in NBA history because of one shot. Although Magic used to use a little baby hook in there as well. Throw that into him. A little homage to Kareem. Martin Lawrence turning 60 years young today. Here's him out of Bad Boys.
You kind of told us that this thing would move a little quicker than this, man. Hey, man, it's not that easy, okay? If it was that easy, you guys would be doing it.
Hey, man, work your magic. You say you're a computer whiz, man. Come on.
Hey, man, back up off me, okay? I'm doing an illegal favor for you.
Man, you don't sit your lanky ass down. Bottom line, I will knock you out.
You said you're going to get me out of jail.
And I wasn't lying, Fletcher.
Cops are so dumb. Look, it's coming up. Remember, you promised to get me out, Fletcher. There it is. Voila.
I think it was a good
John-
cut out of you, Shark.
So
there was
do you
another
know who's
word in
working?
there.
Do you know who's working on that beat?
No.
John Sally is the one who's doing the typing. That's why he says sit your lanky butt down.
His glasses lens are about 3 inches thick.
And he stands up. I mean, Martin Lawrence is not more than 5'10". I think that might be optimistic. And Will Smith's taller. He's like 6'1", 6'2", maybe 6'3". But John Sally is a full 6. Yeah. This is, 1990, so he's early 90s. So he's all of 6'9", 6'10" at that point. Born on this date, 1971. Mexican star singer, murdered way too early. Selena is born. Akon, with his convict music, turning 52 years young today. Oh, yeah. This was it. This is when you were in college, man? High school?
Because I got you, babe. This is high school, I think.
High school, you and Meredith singing to that. Going
slow
to prom.
dance at prom.
Slow dance, absolutely. Former Miami Hurricane and longtime Saints linebacker, Super Bowl champ Jonathan Vilma turning 43. Chance the Rapper from SNL turning 32.
Luckily, Laszlo Holmes, who's down there ringside now. How you doing down there, Laz?
In a word, cold. It's very cold all around here. No, I'm just playing. I'm having fun here at the hockey game. Lots of fun hockey going on. Lots of white dudes on skates running into each other at full speed. I don't get it.
Laz, what's your impression of the game so far?
Well, Dale, the story of the game is one of the main guys on the Rangers don't know how to say his name. It has like 30 letters in it. None of them are vowels. But hey, as they say in hockey, let's do that hockey.
It's great.
Did you watch that whole thing? Have you seen that, Shark?
No, not until I saw it yesterday.
Did you watch the whole skit, though?
Yeah.
Where he's like, we found the one black van that got Keenan Reynolds parked over and they zoom in on him. It's so good. It's a really good skit. Well
One of
done.
the best skits they've done in quite a while.
It was tremendous.
At the time.
And then passings today, 12 years ago, Shark, we lost Pat Summerall, one of the iconic voices of all of sports TV.
Do you know why you drank?
I wanted to be a part of the crowd, and the crowd was drinking. It was always available. I enjoyed being the first person to be at the scene of the drinking and the last person to leave.
Did you drink as a player?
Oh, no. I drank, after a game or something like that. We'd get together and have beer or whatever. But after I got into the broadcasting business was when they made a serious effort toward drinking.
How were you able to stop?
There was an intervention. They told me what I meant to them, this group of friends. They had all written letters to me, and they told me that I was killing myself, and they hated to see that happen. They told me how much they loved me, and they hoped that I would go to the Betty Ford Center, which I did do, and it sort of opened my eyes to there was another way to live this life.
Shout out to Pat, man.
It's amazing. Like, that's what I really. What did he say when that's what I really accelerated my drinking? Was I enjoyed being the first guy to get there and the last guy to leave. Oh, he was awesome. I got a chance to get to know Pat in Dallas. He lived down there when I was playing, and just unbelievable human, unbelievable guy, wealth of experience. Some holidays and observances. It is Foursquare Day, Beam. National Eggs Benedict Day. How about that? National Stress Awareness Day, which is always the first work day after income taxes are due. National Wear Your Pajamas to Work Day. So good job out of you today, Shark. And National Semicolon Day. And those are historical events, your birthdays, your passings, your holidays, observances for this date. Wednesday, April 16th, 106th day of the year, 259 days remaining in this 2025.
Good job on that, Bob. As always, one game left and a playoff berth on the line tonight for the Jackets, even though they don't play. That's next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there and happy Wednesday. Watch for crews down in Pickaway County at the intersection of State Route 56 and 5 Points Road from a fire overnight. Other than that, everything here in the metro looking nice and clear. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwold with your fan traffic.
This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, where our erectile dysfunction treatments are shown to be effective in nearly 90% of cases. Listen to what Alex has to say about our ED treatments.
I have been experiencing problems with ED, but that's all changed. My name's Alex, and I've been a patient for Tri-State Men's Health for under a year. I highly recommend this. Every day I wake up feeling good compared to I was back in the old days. Good change is more exciting. I don't have a problem with ED anymore. I'm having a lot more fun. I was very comfortable. I was always comfortable in any conversation I had with Tri-State Men's Health. Yeah, I just want to let gentlemen out there know that you do not have to live with ED, that it is not just an aging process. It is also hormonal and balance and everything in your system. And once you get that under control and everything, you do go back to your youth a lot in how you feel.
Thanks, Alex. It's true. If you're like most men, we'll help you get your sex life back. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com.
At Diamonds Direct, our experts go the extra mile to ensure you have the tools to say I do with absolute confidence. Our promise to you is a completely risk-free shopping experience rooted in transparency, education, and integrity. No pressure, no intimidation, just clarity and confidence in your purchase. But we're about more than just price. Everything is backed by our exclusive guarantees. Put our tools to the test against any competitor, and our expert staff will ensure you get the very best overall value and unforgettable experience. Learn more at diamondsdirect.com. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, I think I saw a fox on my way in.
Oh, that was the Carfax Carfox. He was congratulating us on our Carfax Top-Rated Service Center Award.
I have always rated Tire Discounters at the very top.
Oh, thanks. So does Carfax. And not just for tires, but for all our services, too.
Alignment, brakes, shocks and struts, and more.
Yes, sir.
But, Mike, do you think people believe Carfax over me?
Well, you are the Phantom tire buyer.
Exactly.
Before you start your day, UDF has already started baking your breakfast. We're making biscuits and croissants in our bakery served with sausage, egg, and cheese before you hit your first alarm. Fresh baked breakfast sandwiches from United Dairy Farmers. UDF, mornings made for you.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
The Fan has been ranked as the second best sports station in America by our industry peers. Our heartfelt thank you is in order. But we're not doing it because we're better than that hillbilly Birmingham station that came in first. Thanks for nothing.
We plant trees because people need trees, and when planted in the right place, they have great impact. Trees help slow climate change, filter our air and water, foster biodiversity, and strengthen our communities. They create the kind of transformational change the world needs now. April is a month filled with opportunities to care for and plant trees. For planting resources, contact an Ohio ISA certified arborist who can help you learn how to take the best care of your trees. Visit trees4ohio.org. That's trees4ohio.org.
Does heel pain make you hobble just getting out of bed in the morning? If heel pain is affecting your ability to exercise and meet your walking or running goals, relief is as close as your local podiatrist. Podiatric physicians are highly trained doctors who specialize in medical and surgical treatment of the foot and ankle. Ohio Foot and Ankle podiatric physicians are available across the state and are devoted to providing the highest quality foot and ankle care.
For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit ohiofoot.org.
Hey, Ohio, Prime Sports has arrived, the only book where you can lay 108 instead of 110 on all your favorite teams. Football, baseball, basketball, and hockey. Why would you risk more to win the same amount at another sports book? Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com. Get a welcome bonus to match your initial deposit up to $400 in bonus bets. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 and present in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Mid-50s and sunny this afternoon. Temperatures drop tonight under clear skies. Near freezing by early Thursday. We'll see temperatures in the mid-60s Thursday afternoon. Dry during the day. Small rain chance Thursday night. Rain chances will pick back up Friday night, but that'll come after a dry Friday that pushes temperatures near 80. That's your latest 10 weather impact forecast. I'm meteorologist Michael Behrens on 97.1 The Fan.
Prime Sports is the official sports book of Morning Juice.
Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com.
The Fan. If this show made a scented candle, it would smell like bad coffee, unwashed jockstrap, and grass clippings.
I wasn't sure how you take your coffee.
You're listening to Morning Juice.
So, mouth or enema?
Tuesdays for us are swimming lessons. It's the third iteration of the swim lessons from last night. We had the grand idea that Meredith would not get into the pool with him. It was going to be my turn last evening. It was a big problem.
Why?
It was a big problem.
Pool? Mom pool?
Exactly.
Mom pool?
Exactly
Mom pool?
Correct.
Dad's in the pool.
Yeah, no, I'm here.
No.
Dad's in the pool.
No, mom pool.
And then I'd give him to the coach, and we're doing the submersion training.
I like to call him the coach.
It is, man.
Most people refer to that as an instructor, but I like that you call him the coach.
Well, yeah, because he's got it.
Hey, you know what, William? If you're not going to listen, go swim a lap.
Drop the ball, run a mile. Drop the toy in the pool, swim a lap. He goes to the little gym and calls that instructor coach. So he
calls him coach.
Yeah, we just adapt the term coach.
That is great.
So we go in last night, get into the pool. Everything's good for like the first 10 minutes, and then he has his first dunk underwater, and then he freaks out for 20 straight minutes.
Maybe you should have given him some of that LSD.
Maybe. I should have hopped on board there, but it was bad. So I told Mary afterwards, I'm like, here's
practice is bad.
I'm like, here's a few options for us now moving forward. We thought this may be an issue. He's got some like mom FOMO whenever she's not home or whenever she's not with him doing anything. And I told him,
you got to start withholding your services so that he views you in higher regard.
Yeah, maybe I'll just...
because you're around too much.
I am. It's me and Theo. He just takes us for granted.
Yeah.
Mom time, special time. And I told her when we were driving home last night, I said, there's either three things that need to happen here. Either option one is that I get into the pool with him and you either stay in the car or hang out and meddle around the retirement facility and come in afterwards and help me, get him dressed and then exit the pool area. Option number two in this is that you don't come at all. Or option number three is that I can sit on the sidelines and you go in the pool and we can yield to what he wants. We can bend the knee to him.
How about this? Option 4, we both get in the pool.
Well, you could do that too.
Yeah.
I guess you're right.
Both get in.
Then I would just be swimming.
That's all right.
You would be hanging out.
Yeah.
Bob,
here's where the real fun is, Billy. Over here with Dad.
He had a straight up public meltdown yesterday.
That's good.
Straight up. Tears, loves the pool. And the worst part was...
no leave?
The worst part... No, he hated the pool last night.
Oh.
Hated it because Mom wasn't in the pool. The worst part was with like 4 minutes left to go in the class, he finally conjured up the courage to get back into the pool just in time for us to leave to have another meltdown when we left.
Yeah, because then he wanted to stay.
Then he wanted to stay in the pool.
So you need Coach Susie Carpenter there because she would have said, Billy, come here, get in. No, Mom, too bad. Face down in the water. Yeah. Crying, you're choking, stop crying.
He did a great job, though. I mean, he was under the water. He was fine.
Yeah.
Doing the jumps from the side, was loving it.
There we go.
And then it was time to end it.
She would have made Mom, you need to go.
Yeah. Well, she did. She did exit, and then he had a 10-minute meltdown because she left.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, you just need to not either be here or we both need to be here in the pool. Yeah.
Is there an observation room that she could participate in more of a voyeuristic element of this?
Yeah, there is a big glass wall on the other side of the pool. He wouldn't be able to see her from
That's
that
perfect.
angle.
So here's what you do. You come in, you confuse him with trickery. You have him walk around in a circle, talk to like a nice old lady, and then Mare just slips into the room. You're like, come on, let's go to the pool. Yay, pool time. And then he won't even remember that Mom's not there. And then she just reappears like the Prestige at the end.
There is a nice observation deck.
You bounce that racquetball and she catches it on the other side and walks out.
No, it's a magic trick. There's a nice observation deck of a workout room. And I want to inquiry about the workout room. Like, how much does it cost to go in here and work out? It make me feel really good about myself.
That's what it was. Absolutely. So can you watch, does the workout room have visibility of the pool?
Yeah, it's top deck.
That's even perfect.
I mean, it's a great view.
Yeah, that's
like
watching
it in the press box.
So it'll be you and folks that are like 85, you'd be up there on do they have the little leg pedals? Those little
the ones that you sit in your recliner and
my mom, we've got one of those at my parents' house. My grandma had one. It was amazing. And we'd sit there, and she would give it back to my brothers, and I would sit there and use it. I don't know why, just because it was like the novelty of like, hey, look, I'm riding a bike while I'm watching cartoons.
That sounds awesome. Either that or the lift chair. I always used that. That was fun, too.
The lift chair. My mom would not. We didn't have one of those, and we were not permitted in the pool to use any of the electronic equipment.
No. I'm saying about just one that lives in your living room, not the lift chair in the pool.
Oh, okay. You had a lift chair at the house.
We didn't, but I don't know. I don't don't even know who had one, but I remember as a kid getting on it and using the remote to
My mom
help me up.
we weren't investing in that for my grandma. She's like, you pick her up out of the chair. You're like, pull her up, let's go.
You get stronger. Really, this jacket season doesn't make any sense when you think about it at all.
It makes perfect sense. I talked to every time we say, I said this about probably a month ago. I go, this is the streakiest team you'll find.
Mm-hmm.
Never do they like win 2, lose 1, win 3, lose 2, win 1, lose 1, win 1.
Yeah,
no, it's like win 6 in a row, lose 4 in a row, win 1, lose 2, win 5 in a row, lose 4 in a row. And like when they're hot, they're hot. I'm hot because I'm fly. You ain't because you not, Beam. We're just going to pull some old school rap out there. Well, old school for now, I guess. Not even my level, but this is why they're hot. And right now they're hot.
I didn't expect a MIMS drop. Music is my savior. That's what that acronym is for.
That's even better. I
didn't
had no
expect
idea.
that before 6:30 in the morning.
Well, when we talk about the Jackets, then their streaks. I mean, they're streakier than Sharks underwear, man. I mean, they're hot, they're cold.
I knew you were going to say that too. I mean, it was a straight up curveball hanging it right over the plate.
There you go. It's greasing it for you, Beam. But this is what they've done. And I was like, the only question was, would they get on a streak in time and would it have the duration to maintain? And they've taken you all the way to the brink. I can't think of anything better than tomorrow waking up and having Montreal have a regulation loss.
ETL.
And you have to go in there knowing that if you win in regulation, you are getting in the playoffs.
Is there anything more you'd want to play for in sports?
1, no, like this, that's a win or go home.
Yeah,
that's a playoff game.
Yeah, and they've been playoff games for them for the last 5.
Every game has been a playoff game for them. They could not lose. What did we say? They had to win 6 in a row.
And Montreal has to go 1-3-1 or 1-4-1.
So, like, first of all,
you
look at the odds of the Jackets winning 6 in a row after they just lost 5 in a row. Whatever the heck. Oh, yeah, it's possible. But what have we seen in the last 2 weeks that would lead us to believe that it's probable?
But what about the probabilities of that? Is it Doctor Strange and Endgame?
Or Meredith, maybe.
Yeah.
Either way, Meredith and Doctor Strange are building those circles saying the odds are 1 in 745 billion to 1 or whatever the heck it is.
How about Jet Greaves? 1 goal out in his last 3 games.
Well, that's Bob. Like, they keep playing Jet. They've been riding.
Question?
I mean, they've been riding him into the ground. I mean, this dude's like our boy. Out of Hidalgo over there.
Yeah.
Got blood coming out of his nose. He's running through the desert. No
we need
water
one
left.
more from you, Jet.
Come on, Jet. I know you're young.
Shutout in Philly last night, and I know that the Flyers aren't great, but still an NHL game. Jean-Luc tells us that every week. It's still the NHL.
That's what it's like the NFL. Like any given Sunday, the NHL is even crazier. But if you get a hot goalie, like this is what it is. Don't think that the NHL is sitting there looking at their playoffs. I don't think they built graphics with the Jackets in the playoffs.
Back to the machine.
2 weeks ago, like, hey, here's some potential graphics.
The Montreal clinch graphic was there.
Yeah, they had, the Islanders, the Rangers. There's a lot of teams. They were
out of those 4. They were last.
They were 8 points out, but there was like 3 or 4 teams in between them.
Doesn't make any sense. Here was Dino after the game last night, how they've accomplished this 5-game.
We're just playing hockey, preparing the same way. You guys they just want to play. Obviously, we want to play longer, and they're just playing hard and preparing properly and getting ready to go, and got 1 more to do it.
Got 1 more to do.
I mean, basically what he said right there was, we're doing that hockey.
It's exactly what he said.
Chance knew what was up. We're going to Shark. What did the Jackets? They do that hockey.
Playing hockey, guys. We're playing hockey. Again, situation tonight. Montreal hosts Carolina. Montreal needs to lose in regulation. That's a 60-minute loss. If that happens, very simple. The Jackets need to win in regulation tomorrow at home against the Islanders. Down from 70-1 to plus, what did I say?
Basically plus
285.
It's less than 3-1.
Less than 3-1 odds.
Gosh, what your cash out would have been pretty sweet.
9 days ago, it was 70-1.
That's amazing.
Doesn't make any sense. I got a question for you. What's better, a bird in the hand or a bird in the bush? How about no bird at all?
Maybe the ball in the bush.
That's in 2 minutes. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan Traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and happy Wednesday. Still watching crews at the intersection of 5 Points Road and State Route 56 down in Pickaway County from an overnight fire. Everything else in the metro looking nice and clear. No crashes that we're watching right now. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Enjoy rates lower than the national average, plus special rates on balance transfers with a Visa Platinum or Visa with Rewards credit card from BMI Federal Credit Union. Apply today at bmifcu.org/visa.
A great lawn is like a great sports team. It takes expertise and a little extra care to really stand out. That's where True Green comes in. They're the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour, so they know a thing or two about keeping grass looking like a fairway. It's more affordable than you think, and they'll even match any competitor's price. Plus, True Green backs it all up with a satisfaction guarantee. Head to TrueGreen.com today. Let the pros do the work while you sit back and enjoy the results.
Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for basketball and hockey this season. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every one-timer and buzzer-beating 3 live and in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Don't miss out. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Spring forward, Columbus, with the Waterworks and Header Heating and Cooling Services. We're here to thaw you out with this limited time offer. Get up to $2,000 off a new complete furnace and AC system. This offer is too good to pass up. The Waterworks and Header Heating and Cooling now together to serve you better with $2,000 off a new complete furnace and AC system. This offer won't last. Call us today, 614-232-2222. That's 614-232-2222.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Fast, sustainable weight loss without medication. Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
Bobby played football for Bill Parcells and Bill Belichick. Beamer played football for a drunk named Joe who worked at the gas station. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Coming up 1 hour away from right now, Steve Helwagen of Bucknuts. He's going to join the program. Talk a little Buckeyes with him. Talked a lot over the last few days about the Nico Iamaleava situation. You can always go back and listen.
Everybody's been talking about that.
To the podcast. We had Uncle Bo on yesterday. I thought he made a really good point. You can always go back, like I said, download the podcast anywhere you get your podcast from. The Morning Juice podcast is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com. You can use promo code JUSTSPORTS for a welcome bonus of up to $100. He did have a couple of really good points. And you asked him if we've kind of crossed the Rubicon, right? Yeah. Have we crossed the threshold of this ever kind of going back to what it was before? So let me read you the latest on this situation. North Carolina reportedly out in the running of Nico Iamaleava.
I ran into Matt Patricia, was sitting there yesterday, and it's funny, John Simon, Nate Ebner, Matt Patricia, and I were all like walked in and we were talking brief. I'm like, you think Bill's going to sit there and acquiesce to all these different things and what's going on? And I think everybody just looked around like, serious? You going to really ask that question? I'm like, North Carolina, if I was him, if I was Nico, I would have went to North Carolina and be like, what do you guys think I'm worth? Because there's not going to probably be much negotiation around it, but people will view you as preparing me for the NFL. Since I overplayed my hand, this is the best scenario going forward. I may not have, I may have a ball in the bush, but what ball do I have in my hand left?
Not a football.
Not a football. And let's see what we can get done this way, because this is what happens when you overplay your hand in situations.
So had a $2.5 million ball in this case in his hand,
and a team that had just made the college football playoff.
Yep,
they'd been recruiting pretty well. They'd added pieces for him. Like Tennessee was a pretty good situation.
Yeah, I would say in the grand scheme of college football, it's a really good situation, right? I mean, you were the 9th seed in the college football playoff. You came up here to Columbus, got your butts whooped. That happens, okay? That happens. You still got into the playoff. There's a lot of momentum for them. There's a lot of stuff to build on. I've been, like you mentioned, doing a really pretty good job on the recruiting trail. Pete Nakos of On 3 has been all over this story since it broke, and a lot of Tennessee fans were like yelling at him at the beginning, like, this isn't true. He's not going anywhere.
Stop telling lies.
Okay, whatever.
Listen, folks, I'll tell you something. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean that it's not true.
Yeah.
That's not. No like. Too bad, buddy. You're going to eat this because this is what's going to happen. Eat the turd.
So I saw a report yesterday that Tulane is now out.
Of course they are.
Which leaves out of the programs that we were talking about at the beginning of the week, it leaves UCLA. All right?
Mm-hmm.
It leaves UCLA there. But the kicker in this report from On3 now reports that multiple schools are waiting to see whether his price falls into the range of $1 million.
You know what will be the best is if he holds out, for more money. No, I'm not going to play for that. Whether he'll actually play, I'm worth more. Well, here's the reality, Beam.
You're worth what you're worth.
You're worth what someone's willing to pay you.
Yeah.
And Tennessee was willing to pay you $2.5 million, but they're no longer at the table because you burnt that bridge. You scorched it good, Beamer.
Yeah, you did. And I was reading this from ESPN. This is from Pete Thamel yesterday. He talked to some general managers at Power 4 schools. I'll give you some quotes from this. He goes, a general manager at a Power 4 school said, I think he has zero market. It'll be an interesting test of how smart and disciplined colleges are looking at him. Another general manager of a Power 4 conference team said, absolutely zero interest. An industry source familiar with quarterback market with observations applying to both quarterback and Tennessee said, this is a terrible time. You're setting yourself up to fail. You are so late. You get no spring ball, all new wide receivers, and a new system. And a kid's being paid a lot of money that are already in the system, or they're already 4 months into it. I feel 100% confident that we have nothing to worry about, but how do you ever truly know?
So here's the only way that he's going to probably get some reprieve and get an opportunity is if someone feels really bad about their quarterback or there's an injury that happens over the rest of the spring. Because you're going to bring in a guy who's not going to be able to have any spring practice with you.
Yeah, those are done.
And a couple teams are finishing up over the next 2 weeks, but it's not like you're going to transfer now, go hop in the spring and go play for them. You're going to have to work with guys over the summer. And by the way, Nico played really tough against Ohio State. He earned my respect. I thought he could have easily tapped out. You're getting smoked. It's cold. It's on the road. It's the last game of the season.
Nothing felt good about that.
You've already tried to hold out and say, I need more money for this extra game, and you're playing in it. And so I'm thinking, okay, it wasn't an ideal situation, and he kept stepping up to the plate. It's the same level of respect I had for Shador, who, I'm like, bro, you're going to go out there and get whacked and keep stepping up and playing, and you don't throw your line under the bus and things after the game. Good for you. That to me is being a man and being a pro. But now, seeing all this stuff, he, with a review of his film last year, he wasn't one of the best 5 quarterbacks in the country.
Mm-mm.
There was you could argue there's probably 10 better than him now. And so, are you going to sit there and, people are bring him in at Ohio State? I'm like, I feel better about Julian Sayin and Lincoln Kienholz than I do about Nico.
Yeah, it's also not their MO with everything that we've heard and the way that they're
But
going
other people,
about
it doesn't, most successful programs are looking right now, this is not the answer for them. And especially you go pay a guy this much. And here's the other thing. All your players know what just happened and how it went down. And so, they're leaning into this. And so if you're going to tell them we're bringing in Nico and this is the path that we're going to choose, then they'd better, when he walks in there, they better believe that this dude's the best. And I don't think that's going to be the case.
And it's not only the coaching staff, it's not the general managers that would have to think that, Bob. I mean, you know it, you've been in these rooms. It's also the locker room.
Yeah.
Because
that's my point is that's who you got to win.
Whatever the number is going to be, you're going to have people in that locker room that are being like, we're bringing in this dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's already now a perception around him that you held your program hostage. And it's not Nico's fault. I mean, he's getting advice from people and family, friends, and his dad for the most part, but that's a tough situation to be in. I mean, I know that it's a situation where you say, well, you made your bed and now you got to lay in it. And college programs are now looking at and saying, well, what's the benefit of me paying $4 million to this dude? Is it a conference championship? Is it a national championship? Is it fighting for the playoffs? Is it an 8-win regular season? What's the benefit of $4 million going directly to him? And before that House bill kicks in, I know it's the last time that these guys are really going to be able to take 100% of their market value and what they're worth. And market value right now is apparently to the tune of $1 million instead of $4 million, when he already had a $2.5 million deal on his hands. Signed, contract done.
Yeah, and poof, David Copperfield, Beam. He went from Rick Ross waking up in that new Bugatti.
Blowing money fast.
BMF, blowing money fast. And now I'm curious if he's willing to swallow the big lump of pride. It's not even really him. If his dad and his agent, by the way, I'd fire the agent right now. And if I'm if I'm Nico and I'm telling my dad, you took advice from this guy, I know in the Polynesian culture, there's a huge deference paid to parents and your elders, and I think that that's great. But there's also an element where it's your life and you've got to do what's best within your life. And no one probably understands it as good as you because you're the one that has to own and bear the consequences of the decisions that you make. And these are some tough consequences.
Yeah.
And so now not only you lost potentially $1.5 million, you're going to a worse situation. It would have been one thing you said, hey, I'm going to give up $1.5 million and I'm going to go play at Ohio. I'm going to Ohio State and I get these receivers and I'm going to be the guy and it's all good. No, that's not the case. You're going to you're maybe dipping down below $1 million and you might have to go to a place where they might not even be guaranteeing you the job. You might have to battle for it.
Either that or it's going to be a bad team that you go to, and then you're not playing for anything. Then you're playing for your NIL deal and then having to get out of there before the NFL draft next year, where all of this will come up again. Hey, if you liked the Masters on Sunday, so did 19 other million people. We'll do that in Quick Hitters next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now we've got a crash on 42 southbound. Expect some lane closures heading southbound near State Route 29 on the far west side. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Hey, spring is here, and nobody wants to suffer through another spring, summer, fall, not being able to do the things you love. Get outside, walk around with friends, go to your kids' games, go to your grandkids' games. Maybe you want to go bike. Maybe you want to play some pickleball, some tennis, some golf, whatever it is. Those are the activities you'll love to do. And maybe you're in intense pain. Hey, Bobby Carpenter here. That was me. That was my dad. And so you want to know what we did? We went and saw the medical pros at QC Kinetics right here in Columbus, Ohio. They're on the case, and they're going to get you the relief just like they did for us. For me, it was my knee. I had some issues from playing. They helped it out. For my dad, it was his other knee. They helped him out. But whether it's a hip, a shoulder, or back, you won't miss a beat. There's no surgery, and there's no long recovery. With QC Kinetics, the science is solid. They'll give you your life back without harmful meds. So go check them out at qckinetics.com/Columbus and find out the easiest path for you. They've got 2 new locations in Canal, Winchester, and Grove City, so give them a call at 380-208-4544.
Discover uncompromising quality at a reliable price with Giant Eagle in Market District. Look for signs throughout the store highlighting lower prices. Surround yourself with savings at Giant Eagle. Experience value like never before. Visit Giant Eagle today to see how easy it is to save.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Buy 2 windows, get 2 free. No limit. Pay no interest till 2030 plus $500 off your home improvement project. Restrictions apply. Call them today. 614-502-5220. Like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
When you're ready to sell your car, another reason to choose Hinder Motor Company is the easy, fast, fair, and hassle-free way to sell. This is Justin Hinderer. We pay top dollar for your vehicle, whatever the make or model, and no purchase is necessary. Consider trading and get even more toward your next vehicle. Drive in today and leave with cash or get a great deal. See why it's a pleasure doing business. Just visit HinderMotorCompany.com.
Pickup truck, sports car, motorcycle, minivan, townhouse, 2-story, farmhouse, fixer-upper. What you drive and where you live is different for everyone, so it's important to have insurance that fits your needs and is just right for you. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that, which is why our agents help you design a comprehensive auto, home, and life insurance plan. Insurance that fits just right. Find an agent at shelterinsurance.com to get started. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Rothman and Ice.
It's Beyonce and Destiny's Child. Beyonce said, you know what, Kelly, Michelle, I'm good. You're going to say my name with all my other hits I'm making solo.
Rothman and Ice. Weekdays at noon.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus.
The Fan.
SoFi Personal Loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible: overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right. Pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
All power, zero compromise. Eagle cordless outdoor power equipment features advanced lithium battery technology that exceeds the power and performance of gas without the noise, fuss, or fumes. From blowers and trimmers to mowers and pressure washers, one battery powers over 90 tools. No wonder it's the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power. Power beyond belief. Visit egopowerplus.com to learn more or to find an Ego retailer near you. That's egopowerplus.com.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Just a couple of dudes being guys.
What's better than this? Guys being dudes.
You're listening to Morning Juice.
You can always watch the show on YouTube. Go to youtube.com or the YouTube app. Type in 97.1 The Fan. Watch us live all throughout the day. Shout out to everybody in the YouTube chat. You can always hop in there. It's a great time. Hunter said, would it be a bad idea for a team like Indiana to pick up someone like Nico to try and keep the momentum from last year?
Yes.
It wouldn't be bad, but the problem is that their spring game is tomorrow. Like, spring is done.
So here's the thing. Like, yeah, you could bring him in, but I don't know the dynamic of the locker room. Yeah. And if he's going to come in hat in hand, and here's the reality. If he'd come in for $1 million and be a good soldier for you and play and do everything he asks him to do, then I don't think that would be the worst thing if you're a school like Indiana. But if they come in, here's the reality. Because after you've seen this happen, this pattern of behavior, you may bring him in, you may play throughout the summer, and then before the first day, be like, hey, I need more money or we're not going to play.
Yeah, and that happened a lot over the course of the last college football season because remember going back to the beginning of the year, Mike Gundy, remember his comments from last year?
So the negotiating window is over. Like
it's football season. The bank is closed.
And that's what these guys keep going back and they try to renegotiate. And even if people are like, well, there's no portal window now. It's like, well, it's the NFL model. You can withhold your services, which is within your right to do. But I mean, the NFL, you get fined. I guess in this, you just wouldn't make those dollars, but that would be after them making an investment in you. So now teams look at this like, how can I trust you? How can I trust you if we're going to do this? Because we know the $2.5 million wasn't enough. So if we're paying you $1 million,
that's not even to the 2.5 number.
Yeah, we define you as the starter, and then you're going to say, well, we feel pretty good about this team. Now we've got you where we want you. We're going to hold it against you come start of the season.
Yeah, it's fascinating stuff going on.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
Sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com. Use promo code JustSports for a welcome bonus of up to $100.
Happy Hump Day to you, Sharky.
Happy Coaster Bob Day to you, Beam. In the history of Colorado Buffalo football, there have been 4 jersey numbers retired, including Heisman winner Rashawn Salam's number 19, but 2 more will be retired this year. Travis Hunter, he just won the Heisman 4 months ago. His number 12 is going to be retired by the Buffs, as will the number 2 of his teammate Shedeur Sanders. Ironically, Bob, only 2 seasons for both of those guys in Boulder, Colorado.
Well, one of them won a Heisman Trophy.
Yeah.
So I think like that's at Ohio State, you win a Heisman Trophy, you're getting your jersey retired. I mean, that's just part of it. I'm guessing that's the case at almost every school as well. And Shedeur is probably going to be a first-round pick. I don't know if that qualifies you to get your jersey retired at a lot of places.
Maybe you could get your jersey retired, Bob.
Oh, I joked. Like, the guy was a second-team All-American.
AJ has his jersey retired.
Well, yeah, he's retired. It's amazing. Pat leaned in on that yesterday with him. He's like, AJ, they gave your jersey to Donald Trump yesterday. He said, yeah, I mean, you were the last to wear 47, correct? He's like, well, yeah, I mean, it was retired, but not, for me. And it's like, but they gave the 47 Hawk. He's like, well, it said Trump on the back. Sure. He's like, and AJ, when again is your birthday? He's like, I don't know why that's relevant. He's like, but when is your birthday? He's like, January 6th. Oh! It was so amazing. It was so great. It was so great. But I joke, like at Ohio State, on Ohio State basketball side, if you're a second-team All-American, you're going in the Hall of Fame. You know, it's here as part of the Athletics Hall of Fame.
Except Jay Burson.
He wasn't a second-team All-American, was he?
He was. I don't know if he was second.
That's
team
my
All-American.
point.
But I mean, when he left school, he was like the 5th leading scorer in school history.
That's fine, but he wasn't a second-team All-American.
No, I know, but there have been plenty of guys.
Who cares? I don't give a crap about compiling stats over 4 years. How good were you with your contemporaries? Like, I mean, Ohio
there
State,
are a lot of guys.
There are a lot
in
of
the
really
Ohio
good.
State. You're talking about the Ohio State Hall of Fame.
I understand. Yes. How many times has our basketball team been to the Final Four?
Oh gosh, a dozen.
You think it's that many?
It's a lot.
It is a lot. Didn't you hear Ross last week? We're going to get it back to the blue blood nature of the program.
I get that, and I'm not saying that it's not good.
Maybe not a dozen.
It's not a dozen. We went in the 60s. We won 3 times in the 60s and won 1. I think
11.
They've been 11. There you go. Good job, Sharky. You were right there. Okay, and that's real. But you could argue like how many times the football team played for national championships towards the end of the season because they didn't have a tournament for a long time.
Yeah.
So just the back and forth with this of what determines getting you into different places at different things. I don't even know what the question you asked me now, Beam, was.
I don't know.
We were just talking about Shedeur and Travis.
And so with what they've done over the last 25 years, you need to get a little momentum in the program, get some things going. Shedeur was very good.
Yeah.
I don't know what postseason awards he got, if any, but he's probably going to be a first-round pick, and he changed the culture of what they've done there. And it's the first. I mean, they went 8-4. It's the first time they've had a winning season in Lord knows how long.
Can you name all the retired jersey numbers at Ohio State?
Yes.
47 because of AJ.
Yeah, well, no.
Also Chick Harley.
You've got 10.
10's not retired. Isn't Julian Sand number 10?
That's right. You're correct in saying that. They've talked about that for Troy, and it's the only one Heisman Trophy winning number that's not retired.
Yeah.
And then you've got
Vic Janowitz.
Yeah, 31.
31, 45.
Yep.
27.
Yep.
99 for Bill Willis.
Just happened.
Just
right?
happened recently.
Got 2 more.
Les Horvath, 22.
40.
Yep.
22 and 40 for
Hop.
That's it.
There we go.
Yeah, you've got
that's the list.
Yeah, that's it. That's done. I do think it's pretty wild. I mean, Tim Tebow has not had his jersey retired, and he won a couple of national championships and a Heisman.
And a Heisman.
Is that right?
Yeah. Number 15 still available down at Florida.
That's crazy.
So they're waiting until he dies like Pete Rose.
Yeah.
Want to make him earn it, Shark.
If you watched the final round of the Masters on Sunday, you had a lot of company. Rory's playoff victory over Justin Rose was watched by an average of 12.7 million viewers. That's up 33% from last year. In the 7 o'clock quarter hour, basically the playoff, 19.5 million viewers were watching. Beamer, it was the most watched final round of the Masters in 7 years.
Yep, that's a pretty big number.
I would have guessed Tigers' final round in 19.
The only problem with that, with the Tigers' final round, is that they had to move it up because of weather. So it was like 4 o'clock in the afternoon or 5, whenever it was, because they had to get it in before those storms rolled around, and they didn't want to push that final round to a Monday. So I would also imagine that final, like that,
would have been bigger.
Yeah, that 16, 17, 18 hole stretch between 7 and 7:30 back in 2019 when he did it was pretty big. But yeah, I mean, you're talking about 19.5 million peak viewership.
I mean, Coach, it provided all of the drama.
Everything you wanted.
Snip, snap, snip, snap.
Justin Rose made 10 birdies on the day and lost. Rory made 2 doubles and won.
That's my point. Good shot, bad shot. He's in, he's out. Win, lose. And then ultimately, you got the playoff at the end.
Yeah.
And then you got the champ, I think, that most people wanted. Not that Justin Rose is a villain. Like, you didn't have it. Both guys.
Most people were polling for Rory.
But most people, just with everything, the amount of meltdowns he had on the cusp of winning the career Grand Slam, with Jack being there, getting it done at Augusta. You know, there only being 2 other living guys that have achieved that. And, you know, Jack is... I'm not putting him in the ground, but he's watched.
3. Let's not. We got Tiger and Gary too. Those are 3 guys.
Well, yeah, Gary's.
Don't forget about your dude Gary.
Gary's never gonna die though. He's
like a vampire.
He just works out every day.
Did you see his press conference after he hit the ceremonial tee shot too? So he was talking. He was like, "Listen, I'm not. How old is he? He's
older than Jack.
He's 90, right? I think is he 90 now?
Is he 90?
Anyways, he was talking about. He was like, "Listen, guys, who would have thought I would have ever found love again? I did." And here's a news flash for everybody.
He'll be 90 in November.
Your spouse is gonna die. You're gonna die. All right. I went to India and visited some doctor, and they gave me 11 principles to live by. And I'm doing my best every day because I love life and but everybody's gonna die. Just like, Gary, what are you doing up here? What are you saying? But yeah, it's a monster number that Augusta pulled in. And the craziest part is that the Masters don't receive anything from CBS for their TV coverage because they wanted control of the whole thing. So there's no money coming in for them from a TV rights deal.
Shark, I'm going to send you this interview from Gary Player from 2021 when he was talking about fat little American kids. It's one of the great.
We played it.
We could play it again. Yeah. It's great drama. 19 million people watched Rory win that thing. And then, honestly, it's why you love sport. Yeah. It's why we watch. To watch him fall to his knee, that's just sheer emotion. That is 10 years of heartbreak built up into one moment.
And it could have been 11, but he pulled through.
11. If he didn't win that,
it was going to be a lifetime.
It may have been a lifetime of torture.
All eyes in the NHL world turned from the Blue Jackets last night to Montreal this evening. That's next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now we're watching lane closures on 42 southbound beyond State Route 29 from a crash that crews are working to clear up. Other than that, everything else moving along up to speed. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Stanley spent his life in the saddle, wrangling whatever life threw at him. But nothing prepared him for the fight against low T and ED. Shane practically hunched him over. Online pills just gave him a headache. He begged for a lifeline.
Well, maybe it's over.
Columbus Men's Clinic said no. Medical conditions, old age, there's hope. This is about real treatments. Science, not one-size-fits-all guesswork. Columbus Men's Clinic was designed for men who hate going to the doctor. Personalized plans, cutting-edge treatments, overseen by an actual medical provider that takes the time to listen. With low T and ED treatments others only dream about, we fight like hell to get you back in the saddle. Because every second you wait, your condition could worsen. Act now. Don't let time slip away. Dial 614-300-7400 or go to columbusmensclinic.com. Your consultation is only $99, including blood work. And you'll know your T level before you leave. Columbus Men's Clinic, making it happen.
Hey, it's Leslie from Pella Columbus.
I'm Wilson from that other window place.
And today, Pella's excited to announce our 100-year anniversary.
Cut! Leslie, you accidentally said 100 years.
Not an accident, Wilson.
What?
When you do the windows that look the best, you tend to stick around for a while.
I can't compete with that. Buy from her.
Get the windows that have been around for 100 years. The windows that homeowners rated the leading window brand in Columbus at PellaColumbus.com.
Huntington is banking that just clicks. Like early pay. Moving up payday so you could get your money faster. Up to 2 days faster. And there's no cost. It's your money, right? So stop playing the waiting game. It's just one more way we're looking out for people every day. Is your bank looking out for you? Maybe it's time to switch. Visit your neighborhood Huntington branch or make the switch at huntington.com/yourmoney. Direct deposit and eligibility requirements apply.
When your sump pump is no longer sumping and pumping, please don't become a sump pump grump.
A sump pump grump thinks whacking the pump will make it start working again.
But it never does.
Get Eco.
ECO.
A sump pump grump will let a faulty sump pump completely ruin a perfectly good day.
Fortunately, I've invented a solution.
No more sump pump grump?
No more sump pump grump.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Tell me about it, Jerry.
The solution is that you get Eco to do a sump pump inspection.
What would that include?
We check your pump, your battery backup, and all the downspouts and drains along the way to make sure everything is running clear.
How much?
That's up to you, Aaron.
Jerry, Eco would be happy to do that for just $89.
That's a great price.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians.
Go to geteco.com.
I can't wait to meet her. Oh my gosh.
Put your hands together for new Dr. Pepper Blackberry and Dr. Pepper Blackberry Zero Sugar.
There she is! Woohoo! Yeah! It's
full Dr. Pepper.
With sweet blackberry flavor.
Dr. Pepper Blackberry, I'm obsessed with your succulent taste. Please marry me.
No! Marry me, or I'm gonna freak out.
Try new Dr. Pepper Blackberry.
It's a pepper thing.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Relief from hip and back pain can be a reality when you work with the experts on a mobility and flexibility routine. That's why StretchLab was founded. Pro athletes and sports fans alike love StretchLab for our customized one-on-one assisted stretch sessions. Discover the difference a good stretch can make, because when your body moves better, you feel better and live better. Visit your local StretchLab today or go to stretchlab.com and use code FAN10 to get up to 50% off your first 50-minute stretch. Plus, receive an additional $10 off.
Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for basketball and hockey this season. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every one-timer and buzzer-beating 3 live and in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Don't miss out. Visit vividseats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning, I'm Mark the Shark. The driver charged with killing Blue Jacket star Johnny Gaudreau and his brother last August appeared in a New Jersey courtroom yesterday. Sean Higgins' attorneys argued that the brothers may have contributed to their own deaths by cycling while intoxicated, but the judge upheld all charges against Higgins, including manslaughter and vehicular homicide. Meanwhile, the Jackets won their 5th straight game last night to keep their playoff hopes alive. Goalie Jet Greaves made 29 saves for his second shutout in the past 3 games as Columbus beat the Flyers 3-0 in Philadelphia. Dante Fabro, Kent Johnson, and Adam Fantilli each scored a goal for the Jackets, who are 2 points behind 8th place Montreal in the Eastern Conference. Each team has 1 game remaining. In baseball, the Reds topped Seattle 8-4. The Guardians beat the Orioles 6-3. The Sports Center is sponsored by RCD RV Super Center in Heath, Delaware, and Pataskala, or at rcdrv.com.
If you can find a show that's closer to Buckeye football, it would be hosted by Ryan Day. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Hour 2 of the program for us on Wednesday. Coming up here this hour, Steve Helwagen of Bucknuts. He's going to join the program at 7:30.
Keeping you informed about what's trending this morning. It's time for a little re-rack on Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus, the largest selection of pool tables, game furniture, and shuffleboard in Central Ohio. And everything you need for the master griller.
You just pulled up an old clip of Gary Player.
It's a 17-minute interview that was on like Saturday or Sunday. I remember listening to it, and I text one of my friends who was a producer there. Actually, he's a Buckeye, and he's like, "You know who's on today?" He's like, "I'm actually producing." Clipped it. The interview's 17 minutes long. I mean, Gary Player.
You think Schlegels is an innings eater?
Oh gosh, asks and answers his own question, Shark. Multiple times. He's like, you know how many people, Americans, they all overeat. They all do this. You know what percentage of them are in good shape? None.
None.
I mean, leans into it. There's a Dr. Roizen up at the Cleveland Clinic, which he wrote this book, The Great Age Reboot on Cracking the Longevity Code. Cracking the longevity code for a younger tomorrow.
I'm in the gym. I'm doing 300
crunches with a 50-pound weight on my chest.
Doing my squats. Running treadmill max. I'm 85 years old.
So they ask him a golf question, and then I think the rest of the interview is more just about health shaming the world.
Gary, I've lost 70 pounds. How fat are you still?
He asks, it's Myron Metcalf, and oh my gosh, I can't think of who the other gentleman is on there. It's going to drive me nuts. I'll have to pull him up. I recognize his voice. He's on Big Ten Mornings on XM now. But he, oh gosh, it's so great. Gary just goes on and on about it, and it's amazing. He goes, there'll be someone win a major over 50, and it was when Phil Shark was leading, I think, on Saturday, and he kind of trailed off. But ironically, then Phil was the first over 50 years old to win a major.
Yeah, he followed up a couple of years later.
Hitting long is overrated.
That was when Phil was really diving into, I'm hitting bombs, too.
Look at these calves.
Was he 52 or 51 when he won that?
51.
I think it was 51 out at Kiowa. Yeah, it was great. I'm going to enjoy listening to that a little bit more in the break.
Oh, this is what we're going to do for the rest of the breaks, Bean, is listen to our friend Gary Player.
Reds 8, Mariners 4 last night. Good for them. Continuing the winning ways. Back at home tonight, Gardos take on the Orioles this evening in Baltimore after a 6-3 win last night. And if you were paying attention, the Columbus Blue Jackets beat the Philadelphia Flyers last night 3-0, setting up a salacious run-in for the final games of the year. Montreal hosts the Canes tonight at 7 o'clock. You need a Canes loss, or you need a Canes win in regulation against Montreal. If that happens, we will get to tomorrow with the Jackets needing to win at home against the Islanders in 60 minutes.
The Island Boys. How ironic is that? The Jackets versus the Island Boys.
Yeah. I just can't wait if all this happens that Svoboda's going to have to show up on Friday and do the full 3 hours.
You're going to have to come in.
I'm going to have to come in, yeah.
I think it'll be great. I'm going to be able to sleep on that flight to Vegas the whole rest of the way after doing this show. That's going to be tremendous.
It's really the weekend Kickstarter that you wanted.
Oh, yeah. No better way to get into Good Friday than with a bad Thursday.
I mean, it just doesn't make sense.
It does. It makes a lot of sense, actually, because if you got in at 70-1, you're going to be making mountains of sense, and they're going to count those cents in the form of dollars. Throw a couple of shekels on that bad boy.
I mean, Marchenko's got 31 goals this year. Fantilli scored 5 in the last 3 games. He's got 30 for the season.
They're hot.
The last time that happened,
2 30-plus goal scores?
It was in 2015, 2016, where it was Brandon Saad and Boone Jenner.
Brandon Saad.
9 years ago when that happened.
That is unbelievable.
Yeah, that was before the Panarin deal to get Artemi.
Yeah, because they traded Saad for Panarin to Chicago.
Well, it was a snip, snap, because they traded for him at the beginning and then they traded for him afterwards, too.
Yeah, that's right. He did come back.
Yeah.
A double dose right there, Beam, bringing him back. So this is unprecedented waters. It's something that I don't think anybody thought that this would happen.
Not last week on Monday.
No.
Not last week at all. We were talking about on the weekend on our Friday show, will they be alive come Monday morning? And then the Canadians lose on Monday. Will they be alive on Tuesday? And then they win last night. Will they be alive tomorrow?
The problem was the Canadians had to lose basically all of their games, and the Jackets had to win all of their games.
Yeah, you had a little room. You had a little wiggle room, but that was it.
Little. Emphasis on little.
Yeah, tiny.
They could win 1.5 games, basically. 1 win and 1 overtime win. And they've exhausted all those possibilities now. So now they just need a regulation loss, and you just need a regulation win. And you'll know if half of that is done probably by tonight at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, 9:30.
9:30, 10?
Mm-hmm. Well, because if it goes to overtime, it's dead,
over.
so you don't need to worry about that.
Oh, gosh, that's sweet.
God, that is sweet. Here was Dino after the game talking about Jet Greaves and the contribution that he's been making over the last few games for the Jackets.
I think the team's feeding off each other. I think the team is saying, doing the right things. It's not an individual game, guys. It's a team game, and everybody's pulling in the same direction. They're all on the same page, and we've been fortunate to get some wins here. We need to get one more.
Need to get one more. Here was the Jetster after his performance last night. All he was doing was praising his teammates.
I think the guys are just playing great. I mean, they're doing a great job in front of me, making my job pretty simple. So I think it's been a team effort. Obviously, it's an important time of the year. These games matter a lot, but I think all the guys just doing a really good job in front of the net, boxing out, clearing away secondary plays, obviously spending a lot of time in the offensive zone, scoring a lot of goals. I mean, I could go on and on. They're doing a great job.
Jet's excited about the possibilities of making the playoffs as well.
Yeah, it'd be so fun. It'd be so fun. I mean, you obviously want to, that's why you play, is to get in the playoffs and try to win championships at the end of the day. So that's obviously always the goal. And obviously this group's been through a lot this year, and just a group that's never given up, never doubted themselves, or doubted ourselves one time, and just so much belief in this locker room. So it'd be great to keep that going and hopefully get into the playoffs.
It doesn't make any sense. I give them a ton of credit, man.
This team has been, they've been as streaky as anybody all year long. Win 4, lose one.
The message has been consistently
lose
the
6.
same as well, too. You know what I mean? Like, out of Dean, out of everybody in that room, the messaging has been clear and consistent. It's one game at a time. I mean, he was telling us that back in December.
Yeah.
You know, like, Dean, you guys are in a pretty good spot. What do you think about that? It's one game at a time. And it's been consistent messaging the whole way through. And now you're right at the precipice. Now, the worst part is tonight's out of your control. But with one game left to go in the regular season, you are right there. That's all you could ask for.
All you could ask
More
for.
than you could have asked for.
I was happy that you were playing meaningful hockey in mid-March.
Well, Bob, the last few years,
get this to April.
I mean, it's been Thanksgiving has been end of the season. Like, it has been.
I know. And then they would lose a bunch, win a bunch to get back in, and they were in the playoffs, felt good about it. Then they went on that 5-game slide, and you're like, well, there it is.
Mm-hmm.
After they went on that little run right around the
Four Nations.
They had the Four Nations, and then they had the game here against Detroit.
Yep.
Outside.
Came out of the Four. That was right after the Four
after
Nations.
that, and they're like, you felt good. And since then, they have not really played great. They've been on kind of an epic slide, and all of a sudden, every passing moment, Beam, is a chance to turn it all around, and they made that choice. And now the last 5, they've got it done.
Here was Fantilli from last night talking about how this run-in's been very exciting for them.
It's awesome. I mean, a couple games we dropped we weren't happy about, and we knew a lot of things had to happen for us to make the playoffs, and we're just trying to do our part, and we're doing a great job of it. We've had great goaltending stepping up. Everybody's been playing great, so we're in desperation mode. We've been in desperation mode for the last however many games. I mean, and the last, 3 have been do-or-die games, or 4 have been do-or-die games, and we've done a great job, and we're trying to play desperate right from the puck drop, and I think we're doing a good job of it.
He's been a big part of that, and the kill has been a big part of that, too.
Before this, they were 4-12 in their last 16 games.
No.
Like, after coming out of that, after they beat Detroit back-to-back, they were 4-12.
Oh.
They got a cut like an overtime loss or a couple things there. Remember, they got the 2 shootout wins back-to-back.
Yep.
And then they had the 8-4 victory over Nashville. That's included in there.
And then it was the slide after that, right?
And then they had 3. I mean, after the Detroit game, the 2 back-to-backs, they'd won 4 in a row, which they'd lost 4 in a row going into that. That's what I'm saying. This team, like, when you're riding high, they are the ultimate heater team. Like, if they win 2 in a row, like, put money on the 3rd, let it ride to the 4th, then to start pulling it back. But, I mean, they had lost at one point, I think, oh, my gosh, like 11 of, or not 11, maybe 7 of 8 after that Detroit win. And then they won it in 3 of 4, but then they lost 3 more right after that. And that's when you're like, they're done. They ran out of gas.
Yep.
And now they've won 5 in a row. And all pretty decisively outside of that Buffalo game. Do you feel good about it?
Tonight, 7 o'clock. Canadians, Canes.
The biggest Jackets game of the year.
They're not even playing. Go Canes. Don Waddell's old team with a chance to potentially kill off the Habs. Hey, it turns out Bill Belichick's girlfriend might be running the show down in Chapel Hill. That's next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now we are watching crews clear out a small incident on 270 southbound right near the 33-270 split on the southeast side. Everything else, though, looking nice and clear. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuckerwald with your fan traffic.
Hey, friends, Beamer here. 70 pounds down. Let that sink in. I'm officially 70 pounds down, all thanks to Awaken 180, and have transitioned smoothly into maintenance mode. This isn't just weight loss. This is life-changing stuff. I've dropped over 13% body fat. My visceral fat points are down by 8. And honestly, I feel like a completely new man. The coolest part, Awaken 180 just doesn't say congrats and then wave goodbye. They prepare you for maintenance. So now I get to reintroduce to myself foods that I love. Pizza, ice cream. Very excited about all of that. My mindset's completely different, though, now. Do I crave junk food? Honestly, no. Can I eat those things now? Sure. Will I? Absolutely. But the difference is I no longer feel like I need them all the time. And Awaken 180's free support for life means that this weight's staying off. My body's now working for me instead of against me. I'm finally at my healthy baseline weight. I feel awesome. Change your mindset, change your life. Awaken 180 made it happen for me. And if it can happen for me, it can 100% happen for you. Check them out online at awaken180weightloss.com. awaken180weightloss.com.
Come into your local AAA Car Care Plus location this month and buy 3 select tires, you'll get the 4th tire free, plus a free alignment. And on the plus side, AAA members save more. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
Attention kingdom-seeking business professionals, entrepreneurs, and investors in Columbus. Are you ready to experience a life-changing event that will elevate your faith, finances, and future in 2025? Then you won't want to miss this. Join us for Life Search, featuring Champions of Faith, Saturday, May 10th at the Schottenstein Center for an extraordinary one-day event that will empower you to transform every area of your life through the power of faith. Prepare to be inspired by an incredible lineup of champions, including college football champions Jeremiah Smith and Caleb Downs, three-time national champion head coach Urban Meyer, sportscaster Kirk Herbstreit, two-time national football champion Tim Tebow, and more. These champions have experienced firsthand how faith transforms lives, and they'll be joining Life Search to share their powerful stories and insights on how to integrate faith into your business, finances, and every aspect of your journey. Seats are selling fast to this unforgettable event, so don't wait. Head to lifesearch.com now to secure your tickets before they're gone. Life Search featuring Champions of Faith, Saturday, May 10th at the Schottenstein Center. Don't miss out. Your transformation begins here. Visit lifesearch.com today.
Master Grillers Unite. The grilling season never ends at Billiards Plus. Come see their best-in-class grills for yourself and check out Central Ohio's largest selection of pool tables, game furniture, and shuffleboard. Family-owned and operated. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Buy now with pre-tariff pricing at Coughlin Chevrolet, Central Ohio's #1 Chevy dealer. Lease a new 25 Chevy Trax, $139 a month, or a new 2025 Silverado, just $288 a month at all 5 Coughlin Chevy locations and CoughlinChevrolet.com. Together, let's drive.
Trax is a 36-month lease with $39.99 due at signing. Silverado is a 24-month lease with $49.99 due. Both plus tax, title, and license. 10,000 miles per year, 25 cents per mile over. See dealer for details. Ends 4/30/25.
Fish has been named the 3rd best sports program director in the country. Winner. The 2 dudes who finished ahead of him are dead. So we're declaring him the winner. You're listening to the home of champions, the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
This is Pause Before You Play, and it's time for more game day picks from local sports fans. You're on the air. Who you got?
Actually, I'm not betting, just chilling and watching the game.
I know that move, a pause. Sounds like you've got a winning strategy.
Exactly. After I set limits and recognized the risk, I knew it was time to stop.
Now that is responsible betting, folks. Sports are fast. Betting shouldn't be. Make a plan at pausebeforeyouplay.org. That's pausebeforeyouplay.org.
And now, Public Education Matters with Ohio Education Association President Scott Damaro.
90% of students in Ohio and 95% of students with disabilities learn and grow in our public schools. Our lawmakers must keep their promise to our kids by using the Fair School Funding Plan's predictable, adequate funding formula in this budget so our students can get the great public education they deserve.
Public Education Matters, brought to you by the Ohio Education Association.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Great weather this afternoon as sunshine continues across the region. Temperatures in the mid-50s will drop to near freezing by early Thursday as frosty conditions are expected under clear skies. Mid-60s Thursday afternoon. Small rain chance Thursday night. Dry during the day Friday. High near 80. Shower and storm chances return into the weekend. That's your latest 10 weather impact forecast. I'm meteorologist Michael Behrens on 97.1 The Fan.
Prime Sports is the official sports book of Morning Juice.
Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com.
The Fan. Hash browns and smackdowns. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Going up here 7:30 this morning, Steve Helwagen of Bucknuts. He's going to join the program. And then 8:47-ish, 8:48-ish at the very tail end of the program today, Columbus Blue Jacket, Erik Gudbranson. He's going to join us.
Goody. How about this, Shark? Update from the Gary Player interview, part 2 for Beam and I, as we listen to this in sections. Starts talking about longevity. The record book doesn't lie. Like his little great, I can't do a
South Africa.
His little South African accent. And then he drops in there, I talk about America. And America is the greatest country in the world. When I hear people talk bad about it, I want to lay down and cry. Tiger Woods could have won 25 majors laying on his ear if it wasn't for his problems. But Jack's record is the greatest. Oh, he is tremendous.
Between me and Palma and Nicholas and Trevino, had 59 major championships between all of us.
No one knows that but me.
No one knows that in the world but me. He's amazing.
That's what he said.
You think Gary would come on with us?
I don't know where he's at. He spends a lot of time in Philly. It's where his daughter lives. Right. And he loves America. That might be an unbelievable interview to have him on.
We're just going to bust through all of our breaks, too, because we have to go a half hour.
This interview was 17 minutes long, Shark. I mean, there's no realm in sports radio where they tell you to do a 17-minute interview.
Mm-mm.
Not on terrestrial radio. That's not how it's supposed to work. And he was awesome. Beam and I are going to get the final installment here in about a half an hour.
Just listening to it in pieces. I was reading this article from The Athletic. And do you know Bill Belichick's girlfriend's name?
No. Smoky Treat?
Jordan Hudson, the 24-year-old girlfriend.
She looks like a Jordan Hudson.
Of North Carolina head coach Bill Belichick has become a visible figure around the Tar Heels football program ever since the 72-year-old former NFL coach was hired in mid-December of 2024. 4 months later, Hudson's apparent role within North Carolina has become clearer after The Athletic did a Freedom of Information Act for several of her internal emails.
Oh, boy.
Based on emails obtained through a Freedom of Information Act request filed by The Athletic's Matt Baker,
This could be something for Bill, because this isn't something he's ever had to deal with before, because the Patriots are a private industry.
Yeah,
now
so
you work at a public university, so your correspondence is all public.
Everything is. Like, if you wanted to go read email correspondence from Ryan Day, you can Freedom of Information Act, and you'll be able to get that because it is a public university. Hudson's email signature identifies her as the Chief Operating Officer, COO, of Belichick Productions, though Baker found no applicable business registered with that name. Hudson is not currently listed at any official capacity on North Carolina's athletic department online staff directly, according to the team website. Earlier this year, Belichick requested North Carolina athletic department staff copy Hudson in all emails involving him, all right? So she needs to be on the email chain with him. Sure, she's on her phone a little bit more. Bill's out there doing whatever he's doing. He's never had to deal with this, to your point, because he's worked for a private organization. So emails maybe not quite his thing. Kind of like your dad, right? You know what? You're going to send me an email. I'm going to write something on a piece of paper and then deliver it to you.
I print the email out and write my response in the margin below and then have someone courier it to you. It's really a great process.
It's not bad. There's no Freedom of Information Act in that bad boy. But her having a position responsible for handling how Belichick is being portrayed publicly could shed light on the role in the proposed HBO Hard Knocks series involving Belichick and the football program that fell apart less than a week after it was rumored to be in motion. The internal emails also revealed some of her more pressing concerns, mostly involving how Belichick is being perceived by the outside world, and that North Carolina administration is doing everything it can to shield him from criticism, especially on team-controlled social media accounts. She wrote this back in February. Is there anyone monitoring the North Carolina football page for slanderous commentary and subsequently deleting it / blocking users that are harassing Bill Belichick in the comments? That is such a millennial / Gen Z thing to do.
Yeah.
That's great.
It's more Gen Z.
Well, she is 24, so she would be Gen Z, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's not millennial.
Yeah, I'm at the tail end of the millennials, and I'm 32. I don't know when it goes to, but I'm pretty sure it's like 94, 95 maybe is the cutoff.
I love now for the millennials, they get another generation that they can yell at that people say
it feels so good, too, by the way. Remember a couple of years ago when it was like, oh, millennials are all broke because they're buying iced coffee and eating avocado toast. That's all they do.
They killed Applebee's.
You think we're bad? Look at the generation below us.
Oh,
I feel like it's a passing of time. It's a pastime. Shark, who is right behind you? You're a boomer, right?
Oh, it's Gen Zs.
No, Gen Xers.
No.
Or Gen X, I mean.
Yeah. I'm a boomer.
What was the big problem with Gen Xers back in the day? When
MTV, watching your MTV, bad-mouthing your country. What's the line out of Officer and a Gentleman? What are you doing? Watching MTV and bad-mouthing your country? Or listening to rock and roll and bad-mouthing your country?
Louis Gossett Jr.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it was. That was the MTV and cable TV generation.
But, you know, Bob, I'm a baby boomer, which is 1946 to 64.
Mm-hmm.
And MTV started in 79. So that was kind of my generation, too.
It was. Like, you're on the younger end of the boomers. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm called a Zennial. So, like, there's a 5-year gap where they said between Gen X and Millennial where you're Zennials. And it's a little bit depending upon what the generation is. To me, is how I've always kind of defined is what you were exposed throughout the course of your life. Like my brother and I are in the same generation of our families, but my youngest brother, his friends grew up with iPhones in school. I did not get a cell phone until I was in college.
Yeah, so he's a millennial.
Yes, he's full-on millennial. But he probably acts a little more Gen Xer because of how my parents what they allowed us to have. We didn't have cable TV growing up. However, when I got to the NFL, they did get DirecTV so you could watch my games.
But there was cable TV around. You just didn't have it.
I didn't have it. So, like, my experience, I have to go to a friend's house to be able to watch it. My kids complain about whatever. It's like I used to go play outside because we didn't have anything else to do.
Kids don't play outside.
And I watched a hell of a lot of movies because that's what we would do in the summer. We're going to watch daytime television.
Including Pulp Fiction.
Well, to watch Pulp Fiction. We do that, We'd watch a lot of Star Wars.
We played Ball in the Bush.
Played Ball in the Bush.
The 70s.
We're renovating. We're renaissancing playing outside. That's all we're doing.
My parents have this huge. My dad, or their basement. When he tore down my grandfather's old barns, like one of those 100-year-old barns, tore it down. Took a lot of the wood, stained it, reclaimed it. So my parents' whole basement beam, like the whole thing, is clad with like 1 or 2 by like 8, probably 12 sheets of wood that are just all around, and he's got all kinds of John Wayne stuff and Western stuff.
Cool.
He's got some deer skins. It kind of looks like Legends of the Fall. Deer mounts, all kinds of stuff up there. And then he's got this big barrel. I don't know where he got like one of the old school wooden barrels. You know what I'm talking about? They used to carry like water, probably booze in back in the day, some hooch in there. And I remember one day we were just bored sitting in my house. And I don't know how we procured these, probably from one of my friends, probably middle school. So one of my friend's older brothers probably went down to Hamburg and got some fireworks for us. We had some M90s, some Black Cats, just some Roman candles. And we were just sitting.
Without the scooter sticks.
We were just sitting in the basement. There was probably some random movie playing in the background. And then we were bored. And we started lighting the Black Cats and throwing them in the barrel in the basement. Because the barrel's huge, so they're just popping in there. And I wasn't thinking about the
firecracker in the barrel. It's a more dangerous version of in the bush.
It really was. Of all the gunpowder smoke that was just accumulating. You know how distinct fireworks smell. Oh. I remember my dad was outside. It was in the summer, so my dad's at home. He's out
down here smoking reefer.
Working in the field, and he walked into the house through the basement door, so there was no heads up. And he's like, what the hell is that smell? What are you guys doing down here? And he knew there wasn't cigarette, wasn't anything like that. He's like, we were lighting off fireworks in the house. I was like, we're throwing them in the barrel as if that was a justification. It's safe. We throw
it's self-contained, Dad.
Get your ass, get outside. Freaking open this door, and it's ridiculous. Oh, it was so amazing. I remember he looked at me in disbelief. Probably the way I would look at my kid, you thought lighting
fireworks off inside?
I was throwing them in the barrel.
Yeah, what if the shoe was on the opposite foot and Caleb was doing that in a few years?
Oh, gosh. That would be terrible. We used to melt G.I. Joes all the time. We get cans of hairspray and spray paint and just light up the torch and melt them. I remember one of my buddies' houses.
Burning things with magnifying glasses.
That's way too long. Once we realized that aerosol was flammable, we just get the lighter and we'd light that bad boy up and just burn. Well, we were melting G.I. Joes in the house. Mm-hmm. Same stuff. Some of it was sticking into the carpet. It was so
smell than
bad.
Fireworks.
Is it? Melting plastic? Is that better? It's distinct. I don't know if it's better. It's just a different type of distinct smell. It was bad.
Bill Belichick's girlfriend, Jordan Hudson, defends the nepotism claim involving Steve Belichick. This was maybe the best part. She wrote back to someone in an email, though Steve Belichick is in fact Bill's son, he should be depicted and represented as his own established, credible entity as opposed to an extension of Bill.
The big brain on her.
It can be easily misinterpreted that Steve is simply benefiting from nepotism, but that is not the case. Steve was fortunate to have learned defensive football strategy from the greatest defensive mind of all time. He has earned his position due to his performance and output. It really is worth emphasizing the point that Steve has had experience of being a college, all caps, defensive coordinator and will bring a plethora of knowledge to the coaching staff.
Well, in all fairness, he did come from Washington, and they were a good team. And his defense was pretty good. Mm-hmm. So that should be pointed out. I will say this. That's a pretty nice little written sentence right there.
I'll tell you one thing. I would love to have her on my team.
Of course, when she's going to wear that 3/4 length jacket with the knee-high boots.
She was going to bat for her dude. I give her all the respect in the world for that. Anyways, that's interesting. You can go read that.
I think the follow-up email that I would have said, does he call you mom?
Who, Steve?
Yes.
Not yet. Maybe in a
the fact
future
that
time.
Steve is my age. She's 24 years old.
Well, he's older than she is.
Of course, that's the point. That's what I would have said in the email. If I was on the other end of that email chain, sure, I'll see what I can do. I just want to clarify, does he refer to you as Mom?
That's terrible.
For future communications.
That's awful. Second portal window of the college football season is here. Steve Helwagen of Bucknuts. He joins us here. We'll break it down with him in 2 minutes. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and a happy Wednesday to you. Right now, your interstate's looking nice and clear. No major crashes that we're tracking right now. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on retirement contributions. A very handsome reward indeed. With Robinhood Gold, your annual IRA contributions are boosted by 3%. Plus, you also get 4% APY on your cash in non-retirement accounts. That's over 8 times the national savings average. The perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% IRA boost on annual contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. Rates subject to change. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold at $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Over 8 times the national average savings account interest rate claim is based on data from the FDIC as of November 18th, 2024. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Bobby Carpenter here for Germain Toyota. Swing by Germain Toyota and ask for Marcello and discover unbeatable deals and a wide selection of new and certified pre-owned Toyota vehicles. Visit them at germaintoyota.net. Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Fast, sustainable weight loss without medication. Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
Beamer has a very punchable face, so Bobby punches it. This is Morning Juice.
Coming up later in the 8 o'clock hour. 8:48-ish this morning. Columbus Blue Jacket, Erik Gudbranson. He's going to join the program. Like right now, Gary Player's got me rolling this morning. I'll just say that. We'll get to that and what's got you juiced. Right now, we head out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Checking with our great friend of Bucknuts. He is Steve Helwagen. Steve, thanks for the time. Always appreciate it. How was Washington, D.C. and the trip to the White House for you and the Buckeyes?
It was a whirlwind trip. I was up at 4 a.m., caught a 6 a.m. flight, and was able to catch the guys at the Lincoln Memorial when they got there. And then it was a day of long waits for me. Let me just tell you
Hurry up and wait. That's the whole promise. Yeah.
Yeah, 2.5 hours at the guard shack until they kind of came and got us. And then my flight back at 9 o'clock on Monday night, the plane was late getting there, and then a thunderstorm came in, and I sat on the plane 2 hours. But thankfully, we got out of there Monday night. My trip back from Atlanta from the championship game, there was bad weather, and we got stranded in Baltimore for a night, but we got out the next day. But thankfully, we got home. It was 1 a.m., so I was gone, 21 hours when I finally got back to my house. So, yeah, what a trip. I mean, we can get into it, but, man, I tell you, the ceremony was a great celebration of Ohio, what we value as people, education, hard work, athletics, all that, and then Ohio State University, and certainly that great football team that Ohio State had last year that won the national championship. But just a tremendous, tremendous celebration of all those things.
Absolutely. How interesting. I mean, this is the first time that we've had a vice president who went to Ohio State University, and the fact that he was then there for that ceremony. Now, I mean, JD needs to learn some ball security. And maybe someone should have gave him a heads up that it was a two-part trophy. But what were the highlights of that with him and President Trump?
No doubt. I think there was a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff that we as media weren't privy to. We were kind of kept, with the White House press corps. We think we have a big beat that covers Ohio State more than anybody else in college football. Well, there's, 500 people that cover the White House every day, so it was pretty hectic there. But, yeah, those guys got to interact with them, I think, quite a bit. during the day, and then obviously the ceremony. And they got to go into the Oval Office after it was over. And J.D. Vance, his comments certainly was very excited that Ohio State was there. And, I think that everybody was just appreciative of the moment, to not get into the politics of it at all, that it was just more about you guys did something that nobody else in the country did, and you deserve to be recognized for that. So, they have ceremonies there almost every day of the week, but this was really something. I've been there twice. I went there with the Tressel team in 2003 and then Urban's team in 2015, and now this one. And we'd never been on the South Lawn before. We were always in the East Room, and this was quite. I'd never been back there. The Rose Garden, the Oval Office, the view. My God, the view of the South Lawn, and then you have the water leading up to the Washington Monument. That is an amazing view on that south side of the White House.
He is Steve Helwagen of Bucknuts with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Steve, Transfer Portal Part 2 opened up 7.5 hours ago. Any idea where the Buckeyes may be looking? I know that Ryan Day was talking about maybe some possibilities in the defensive line where their eyes could go.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, we were sitting there watching the spring game, and twice in the first 7 or 8 plays, I think it was C.J. Donaldson gashed him straight up the middle, and somebody muttered defensive tackle. They're going to need a defensive tackle. So I think that, and plus they really didn't exert a ton of pressure on the quarterbacks throughout the course of the day. I think there were 60, 65 pass plays and 4 sacks, and a couple of those wouldn't have held water in a real game because they just touched the quarterback who could have still gotten out of there. But at any rate, I think defensive tackle is a place that, you like. Edric Houston, and I'm drawing a blank on the other player who's going to start there.
Kayvon McDonald.
Yeah, he's a stud, no question. Those 2 guys are great, but you need depth. And I think that's an area. Beyond that, I'm open to suggestion. If there's a great player out there who can help you, you put a bid on him, I guess. I don't know what to say other than it looked like a pretty complete team to me, albeit inexperienced. I don't know if there's a quarterback, Nico Iamaleava, or anybody else out there, but I don't look for him to make a bid on Nico, though.
Is there any worry with you, and I know this has been something that a lot of coaches have talked about, that Ohio State could potentially lose anybody that could help them in the transfer portal? There's always attrition, and there's some guys that probably need to move on for better opportunities, but someone that Ohio State, I think, would be disappointed in losing. Is there any worry of that for you?
I think they already did. When you talk about Hero Canoe, not only going, but going to a team they're playing with, Texas. I mean, that kid, he figured to be in the 2 deep at defensive tackle, and he left, if not, pushed for a start. He did start a game, I think, last year. So I think that, that was one that hurt him, I think. I can't imagine anybody who's in the 2 deep that would leave. And if you're not in the 2 deep, unless there's a bunch of injuries at your position, you're probably not going to be that big of a factor. I mean, and again, guys develop and grow at different stages. They've lost some people who possibly in their 3rd, 4th, or 5th year could have helped them win a Big Ten championship and contend in a playoff. But I can't imagine that they would lose anybody that they're counting on. I think you're looking mostly at guys in their 3rd, 4th, or 5th year who are not in a position to start and never will be. So, and they know it, and their position coach knows it, and they have those, as Urban used to say, those hard, tough conversations. They're not easy to have, but they're pushing. They want to play too, and whether it's a MAC team or American Conference team or another Power 4 team, they're going to look to leave if they got an opportunity.
Hey, Steve, what were your takeaways from the quarterback position on Saturday during the spring game?
I think it was exciting to see Julian Sayin play the way he did. He came out firing. He came out dealing. He put the ball in position where his guys could make plays. The touchdown throw to Max Clare, he found a wide open tight end running free and hit him. And, I thought there were a lot of good throws by all the quarterbacks. The one from Tavian St. Clair to Bell, the last play, he needled that thing right in there in double coverage, it looked like, the back of the end zone. So to me, there was a lot of optimism that you saw with the quarterbacks. It's just the fact that none of them ever really played or thrown the ball when the money was on the line in a game. And now, obviously, they got to keep growing and building. My takeaway was if the other 10 people on offense who are all accomplished and good players do what they're supposed to do, they will make it so easy. I think about a guy like Joe Germain. He didn't have the overwhelming physical traits, but he had a great offense around him, great offensive line, Orlando Pace. I mean, he had people around him that made it easy for him to just do what he had to do, and that's what they need to do with the quarterbacks this year.
Absolutely. Anything that you're looking forward to this summer that you think could be something of importance for Ohio State?
Oh, that's a good question. Again, if they add anybody, you don't want to get anybody, injured. I mean, they've had, some injuries, non-contact injuries, things that have popped up in the past, and you don't want to have anything like that happen. They just need to have a great summer. I mean, Mickey Marotti, his methods have been proven and reproven again, with the championship last year. Just trust in Mickey and his staff, and they'll get these guys in the position they need to be to start preseason camp. I think the only other thing we're looking at now is the closure to this House settlement from the NCAA and what the landscape will look like for name, image, and likeness, pay to play, whatever you want to call it, going forward. How is that going to get structured, and how is the money going to continue to flow at a place like Ohio State? We used to talk about there's only 10 or 15 schools that can win the national championship. Ohio State needs to continue to be one of those 10 or 15 with great support from the community, no doubt.
Steve, always appreciate the time. Thanks for hopping on with us here this morning. Have a fantastic rest of the week, buddy, and we'll check in again soon, all right?
All right, guys. Take care.
There you go. Steve Helwagen, Bucknuts, with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline.
You're getting crushed every month with insane credit card payments. I know how you can get them all paid off now. Imagine zero credit card debt. It's easy with Advantage First Lending. That's AFLcash.com, AFLcash.com. AFL specializes in helping homeowners unlock the equity in their home. I'm talking instant financial freedom. AFLcash.com, they're your first step. They can get you tens, even hundreds of thousands in cash. Pay off credit cards, car loans, personal loans, slashing your overall monthly payment by hundreds of dollars. Start off the new year with less stress and more confidence. Say goodbye to high interest debt by tapping into your home's equity. AFL's high-tech platform is super fast, zero hassle, and zero junk fees. Over 2,000 five-star reviews. Listen, it's a new year. Make the call now. Advantage First Lending. Call 844-394-CASH. That's 844-394-CASH. Get on the path toward a brighter financial future. AFLcash.com. That's AFLcash.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 120-9177, subject to lender approval. NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
We're going to get juice next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and happy Wednesday. Watch for delays on I-70 westbound on the west side. We've got lanes closed off just past Hilliard Rome Road and delays building as you head out to West Jefferson. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your Fan traffic.
Hey, spring is here, and nobody wants to suffer through another spring, summer, fall, not being able to do the things you love. Get outside, walk around with friends, go to your kids' games, go to your grandkids' games. Maybe you want to go bike. Maybe you want to play some pickleball, some tennis, some golf, whatever it is. Those are the activities you'll love to do. And maybe you're in intense pain. Hey, Bobby Carpenter here. That was me. That was my dad. And so you want to know what we did? We went and saw the medical pros at QC Kinetics right here in Columbus, Ohio. They're on the case, and they're going to get you the relief just like they did for us. For me, it was my knee. I had some issues from playing. They helped it out. For my dad, it was his other knee. They helped him out. But whether it's a hip, a shoulder, or back, you won't miss a beat. There's no surgery, and there's no long recovery. With QC Kinetics, the science is solid. They'll give you your life back without harmful meds. So go check them out at qckinetics.com/Columbus and find out the easiest path for you. They've got 2 new locations at Canal, Winchester, and Grove City, so give them a call at 380-208-4544.
Master Grillers Unite. The grilling season never ends at Billiards Plus. Come see their best-in-class grills for yourself and check out Central Ohio's largest selection of pool tables, game furniture, and shuffleboard. Family owned and operated. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Take action with Logan Services. Get up to $900 off a Train furnace and up to $1,500 off a Train air conditioner. Plus, free duct cleaning on qualifying systems. Hurry, this offer ends soon. Schedule your free estimate now. Logan Services.
If you're like most Americans, you've racked up tens of thousands in credit card debt. You're stuck with 20% interest fees and even the monthly payments, well, they're hard to make. It's insane. Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. The good news is that there is a way out. AFLcash.com. That's AFLcash.com. Advantage First Lending. They specialize in fast, easy access to the equity in your home. Most homeowners have hundreds of thousands of dollars in their home equity. That's your money. AFLcash.com can get it out for you with zero junk fees and zero hassle. You can pay off all those credit cards in just a matter of days. Pay off your car loans too. Cut your monthly expenses by $800 or even $900. I'm telling you, the relief you need, well, it's right there at your fingertips. AFLcash.com or call 844-394-CASH. That's 844-394-CASH. Break out of the credit card debt prison with AFLcash.com.
Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 1209177. Subject to lender approval. NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Say goodbye to car care headaches with Carvenience from Hinderer Motor Company. This is Justin Hinderer. For only $49, we'll pick up your vehicle, leave you with a rental, and return it fully serviced and spotless. No more juggling your schedule or wasting hours at the shop. Carvenience lets you focus on what matters while we take care of all the rest, making life easier. Schedule your service today at HindererMotorCompany.com.
What's the best way to make sure you don't miss any of your favorite fan shows? Oh no. Download the Fan app, silly.
Ah, damn it, I knew that.
App Store, Google Play, or just scream right at your phone. Psst, you can also listen to Buckeye games. Do it now.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
It was a doubleheader in August and really hot inside the concession stand. So instead of waiting for people to come to me, I figured I'd walk around yelling, "Hot dogs here!" And that's how I became the first hot dog vendor in sports.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, U.S. Tax Shield can help you take back control. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Our team of tax attorneys can stop collections and get you protected. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the BBB, so call 800-494-6139. U.S. Tax Shield, 800-494-6139.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Carpenter Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric, and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep your home comfortable. The Fan.
If Bobby and Beamer aren't talking about it, it's not worth your time anyway. You're listening to Morning Juice.
1 hour away from right now, Columbus Blue Jacket, Erik Gudbranson. He's going to join the program. Jacket's still alive.
What's got you juiced?
Sponsored by Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
Bob, Wednesday, juiced.
Oh, gosh. Listen to that Gary Player interview.
Yeah, it's awesome.
From 2021, Shark. Phil's on the prowl. He flames out in that Masters, but he does end up winning the PGA Championship the next year, becoming the first player to win one at 50 years old, or 51 years old, plus 50. Getting that done. And Gary Player was calling. He was calling it back then. He said he loves this country more than anything else. It's the greatest country in the world. People need to learn that. He goes, but we've got a health epidemic out here. He said, all your kids, people tell me their kids eat really well. He said, yes, they do. They eat like it's the Last Supper, and it very well might be their Last Supper. It was unreal. We had Myron Metcalf absolutely rolling. Oh, it was such good drama, such good theater. I'm juiced that the Jackets got it done. They've been taking care of their business, and they can't control what other teams do. But they had to win 6 in a row, and they've won 5.
Yeah.
So they did what they needed to do, and they put the pressure now on Montreal going into this game.
What do you think that building's going to be like tonight?
Oh, gosh. You can feel the stress, probably in Boston for Montreal.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll feel it across the national border right there, because that is brutal for them. Like what they're going to go through, and hopefully the Carolina Hurricanes, Old Don built it. I built you a strong ship. And they'll be able to take them down for you and give the Jackets an opportunity, because all they're looking for is a chance to wake up tomorrow morning and be able to get that done. All they need is a chance. And so that's got me juice beam. Listening to this one with my guy, Jim Tressel, Shark. I know you love your coach, Tress. Let's hear a little nugget from It's All About the Team.
You know, we used to always say that our hopes for our players is that we were preparing them for the rest of their lives, which all of it wasn't going to be perfect. You know, they may go to the NFL, they may not. They may have good health, they may not. They may have a family, they may not. They may have business interests that go well, they may not. But we were going to prepare them to be able to handle the rest of their life. I guess the only concern for me with the current setup is, have we created enough hardship and struggle so that they'll be strong enough to handle the inevitable hardship and struggle later on? And not that I mean that we shouldn't have been treating them better because of the help and the revenue they've been generating. We should have figured something out 40 years ago. But that's my biggest concern, is I just hope that we haven't acquiesced to, well, they were treated unfairly for all those years, and now we're going to maybe overcompensate, if you will, but we'll have to stay tuned in.
We'll have to stay tuned in. Everybody wants to develop, toughness and work ethic and, become, hard to difficult situations. The only way you do that is by going through difficult times. And sports at its genesis, whether it's at a middle school level, whether it's at a high school level, little league, college, like even professional level, like it is supposed to prepare you for life outside of that game. The sacrifice, the teamwork, the traversing through those difficult situations, preparing you for something greater, and understanding that on the other side of that, by going through this hard time here, it's going to emotionally prepare you, psychologically prepare you, that when things don't go your way, to get up the next day, put your shoes on, figure out a way to solve the problem, put your head down and go to work. And sometimes there may not be a great solution. This thing with Nico Iamaleava may be the greatest thing that ever happens to him.
Yeah.
It's a tough situation that him and his camp, and it may not even be all him, has created. And so by being put in this adverse situation, and there probably not being a great option, you might have to choose the least bad. What are you going to do moving forward? And how are you going to, you can complain about it, you can cry about it, you can't go back in the time machine and go back and undo that call. When you pushed all your chips and said, I'm all in, and said, good, so are we. And then you said, all I got is, I
was bluffing.
I got nothing here. Well, see you later. And so he has a chance to be able to do something with that, and how he handles that. That'll tell you a lot about him and what he's made of. Shark, what Schlei's got to say?
I go to bed early. I wake up. I make my bed first thing. Like I started off the day by accomplishing a mission. Then I go through. I drink my coffee, drink some pre-workout, get bumpy to start my day. Then I attack work and just being a dude. And then guess what? When it's over, I go love with my wife. I love with my kids. I love with other people. And then I go to bed. Then I just push repeat.
I mean, he sounds like Gary Player.
He does.
Good father, good husband, good man, Anthony Schlegel. Let's play this first.
Bounces towards Fantilli. Great job to take a hit and play it to Marchenko, and up the ice he comes. He's in on the right wing side. Marchenko holding, put it in front, and there's a score! Number 30 for number 19, Adam Fantilli directs it into the net, and the Blue Jackets now lead 3-0.
So a little history lesson for you Blue Jackets fans. The team has been around for 25 years. 17 times in franchise history they've had a player score 30 goals in a season. Rick Nash did it 7 times. Jeff Sanderson and Cam Atkinson each did it twice. Last night, Fantilli scored his 30th goal of this season, so he becomes just the 9th different player in CBJ history to score 30 goals. Anyway, we have a situation here where, like I said, 17 different seasons a Blue Jacket has scored 30 goals. Alex Ovechkin by himself has scored 30 goals in a season 19 times. Heck, he's got 14 40-goal seasons and 9 50-goal seasons, which we've never had here in Columbus. But anyway, Bob was talking about the streaky Blue Jackets, and I went back and looked at the schedule. We started off loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win.
Probably hasn't happened since.
In our first 8 games. Then In November, a 6-game losing streak. December, a 5-game losing streak. January, a 6-game winning streak. February, a 4-game winning streak. March, a 6-game losing streak. April, right now, 5-game winning streak. It is team streak. We need 2 things to go our way, and we'll be sipping champagne. Well, I don't know if we're sipping champagne. We'll be the 8th seed.
Well, we'll be partying.
Going against
Coach,
Washington.
You're popping a bottle for that.
You're partying.
Beam, what has you juice?
What's got me juice? Told you about the pool experience for us last night. That was fun. Everybody had a good time except for Meredith and I and William. Nobody had a good time last night when we were in the pool. Had some FOMO. But a funny thing did happen. We were in the car and driving, and this dude's chatting all the time. Willie is, and we're listening. We're listening to some music on the way over there, as we do on our 4-minute drive to the retirement facility. And
you guys are singing the music?
We're not doing a cappella. No, we're just listening to some music, and we're not listening to Moana. We're just not doing that. A lot of the times when we get in the car, if it's a longer drive, we'll put on some of that for him, and then we'll transition to our music, or vice versa if he gets bored. Like, we go back to Dayton a lot, Alan.
What's your music?
Just like alternative. Like last night, I'll give you the example. We were listening to the Fleet Foxes, all right? I like the Fleet Foxes. They're very good band. We enjoy them. Was listening to a little Arcade Fire before that.
You know what he might like is a little of Monsters and Men.
He might like that, yeah.
My son loved that when he was younger.
Yeah, so he might like that too. I love them. I saw them in concert a few years ago. They were very good. And so we were driving right down High Street, and he just looks, and he's like, "This is not Moana." I'm like, "No, it isn't. It's the Fleet Foxes." And he's like, "This is not Maui." Like, "No, it's not Maui either. It's the Fleet Foxes." "This is not Moana." "It's not, dude. It's the Fleet Foxes." "It's the Fleet Foxes." So then we get back in the car after our trials and tribulations of the 30 minutes in the pool, and the Fleet Foxes are still on. And he goes, "It's Fleet Foxes." I'm like, "Yeah, it is." And then the song changed to the next band. "This is the Fleet Foxes." I'm like, "It's not the Fleet Foxes.
It's Moana."
This is not Moana. So anyways, that was fun. That had us juiced last night for sure. Against all odds, the Blue Jackets have managed to navigate their way to a shot at the playoffs with only a game remaining. The worst part
back to me
is that it's out of their hands. That's next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, we're still watching a crash on the west side on I-70 westbound. This is just past Hilliard Rome Road. Watch for delays over there. And here downtown, we've got a crash on 71 southbound to 670 westbound. That ramp has the left lane blocked off right now. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by RCD RV Supercenter in Heath, Delaware, and Pataskala, or at rcdrv.com.
At Diamonds Direct, we believe luxury is an experience and not a price tag. Luxury is expert guidance. It's the selection of 10 jewelry stores under one roof. It's saving time on endless comparison shopping, and you'll only find this experience at Diamonds Direct. Our luxury showroom has it all backed by our lifetime warranties and our signature best price guarantee. Diamonds Direct is the perfect combination of luxury and value, so you don't ever have to compromise. Learn more at diamondsdirect.com. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion.
Let's go to the floor with some late-breaking developments on the markets. Jim?
Up things are down things are up.
Sounds like things
You don't understand. Right is left, lemons are sweet, spaghetti is cold, the milk is warm.
Okay, but are you seeing anything that maybe smart-minded money people should know about?
Yeah. Apex Pros.
The pros who knows?
Probably one of the most stable things you can do is an Apex Pros air conditioner tune-up.
Air conditioner tune-ups, you say?
Oh yeah, Apex Pros knows most expensive summer breakdowns can be prevented by getting a tune-up now.
Yes, it's known that a tuned-up AC lowers energy bills, which is important to...
Oh, this is unbelievable.
What, big sell-off? Huge increase?
No, I spilled coffee on my new shirt. Anyway, tune-up save on energy bills, plus make your air conditioner last years longer.
Good to know Apex Pros keeps things stable and predictable.
That's on my pants, too. This is the worst day. This is historic. You know that.
No doubt about it. Columbus loves Apex Pros. The pros who knows. ApexPros.com.
Huntington is banking that just clicks. Like asterisk-free checking. An account that's filled with features, but no monthly maintenance fee, no matter what. Because it's your money, right? So we think you should keep it. It's just one more way we're looking out for people every day. Is your bank looking out for you? Maybe it's time to switch. Visit your neighborhood Huntington branch or make the switch at huntington.com/yourmoney.
Hey, it's Leslie from Pella Columbus.
I'm Wilson from that other window place. Wait, Leslie, what is that dude doing over there at that window?
Well, that dude is Chase, and Chase is making that window look perfect. We're sticklers on detail, Wilson, both in our showroom and definitely in people's homes.
Chase, be careful. May have spilled some coffee over there just a bit ago.
Oh, he knows. He seems to work a lot more when you're around, Wilson. Get the window that homeowners rated the leading window brand in Columbus at PellaColumbus.com.
Your home is more than just four walls and a roof. It's where life happens, where memories are made, where family gathers, and where you should feel safe. At Newman Roofing, we know that when it's time for a new roof, you want to feel confident that you've hired the right company, one that will install a quality roof and complete the work as promised. But with so many roofing companies out there, how do you know which one to trust? For over 30 years, Newman Roofing has helped more than 7,500 families protect their homes with quality roofing, gutters, and siding. We believe you deserve a company that provides a white glove customer experience, one that pays attention to every detail and treats your home like it's our own. At Newman Roofing, we're not just another roofing company. We're a family-built business that stands behind our work. So when it's time to replace your roof, don't settle for uncertainty. Choose the local family with a reputation for excellence. Choose the company you can trust. Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit us online at newmanroofing.com. Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof.
I'm an old school Joe. I never lay juice I don't want to lay. I don't hate my money like that. I'd rather lay minus 108 than minus 110, wouldn't you? Prime Sports is Ohio's full-time reduced juice sports book. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com. Get a welcome bonus to match your initial deposit up to $400 in bonus bets. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 and present in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Brought to you by the Capital One Saver Card. With Saver, you earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining, entertainment, and at grocery stores. That's unlimited cash back on ordering takeout from home or unlimited cash back on tickets to concerts and games. So grab a bite, grab a seat, and earn unlimited 3% cash back with the Saver Card. Capital One, what's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Evan Cohen here. Picture this. You arrive at your hotel. You have an important online meeting lined up with clients from all across the country. You have your laptop open. You're ready to begin. And the Wi-Fi is so terrible, you can't even connect. These types of stressful situations happen all the time, but they don't have to. When you book a room at La Quinta by Wyndham, you have access to their free high-speed Wi-Fi. So you can take care of those critical emails, join your meetings on time, and even unwind streaming your favorite shows without having to worry. Tonight, La Quinta. Tomorrow, you shine. Book direct at LQ.com.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports.
Good morning, I'm Bart Bishop. The scenario is now clear-cut for the Blue Jackets to make the Stanley Cup playoffs as the second wild card in the East. Eighth place Montreal must lose in regulation tonight against Carolina, and Columbus then would have to beat the Islanders tomorrow night in regulation to reach the postseason. Last night, Dante Fabro, Kent Johnson, and Adam Fantilli each scored a goal as the Jackets stayed alive with a 3-0 shutout at Philadelphia. Jet Greaves stopped all 29 shots he saw in goal. In baseball, Logan Allen pitched 5 2/3 shutout innings as the Guardians beat the Orioles 6-3 in Baltimore. In Cincinnati, Austin Hayes made his Reds debut and hit a 3-run homer in an 8-4 win over Seattle. The Sports Center is sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. Enjoy rates lower than the national average, plus a special rate on balance transfers with a Visa Platinum or Visa with Rewards credit card. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan.
Miss a minute of the show?
Check out the podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Type in Morning Juice and subscribe.
This is Morning Juice.
Hour 3 for us here on a Wednesday. Coming up, tail end of the program this morning around 8:47. Columbus Blue Jacket, Erik Gudbranson. He's going to join us.
Keeping you informed about what's trending this morning. It's time for a little re-rack on Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus, the largest selection of pool tables, game furniture, and shuffleboard in Central Ohio. And everything you need for the master griller.
Everybody got it done in our state last night. Reds take down the Mariners 8-4. Back home tonight against them. Gardos beat the Orioles 6-3. Back in Baltimore tonight. And then what you've really been keying on the last 81 games. The Columbus Blue Jackets beat the Philadelphia Flyers last night 3-0. The situation is this, Sharky just said it right there in the update. Montreal needs to lose in regulation tonight against the Canes. Jackets need to win in regulation tomorrow against the Islanders. If those two things happen, your Columbus Blue Jackets will be playoff bound. I did see this morning that the Canes have recalled 4 AHL players to come and play for them tonight.
I don't like that.
I don't like that either. I don't love that.
Young and hungry?
That's okay.
Young and hungry?
Exactly. We're going to kick these dudes out of the playoffs.
You know, the Jackets have been rolling with an AHL goaltender the last handful of games.
They have. He's been playing well for us. 1 goal out in the last 3.
How's that been working? So, young and hungry, Beam. They get their shot at the show.
They get their shot at the show. They get a chance to knock Montreal out of the playoffs in their building.
Yeah. Let's hope that happens.
I mean, wouldn't that be fun for them?
The thing is, if Carolina can get an early goal, then all of a sudden
get shaky.
Then you get the stress shakes.
What's that like? What are those stress shakes like when you got to do something and you're failing to achieve that early on?
And you're favored and you're at home.
Yeah.
You'd almost rather be on the road. If you're going to go down, just put us on the road.
Yeah.
Put us on the road because then you
nervous
get that
building.
You get that nervous building.
We've seen that here multiple times.
Oh yeah, it happens in a lot of sports because people want to cheer, they want to be on the edge, but if things start turning, then they start thinking bad thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Bad thoughts. No one wants the bad thoughts, babe.
No one wants that to happen, but that's exactly what we need in Montreal tonight. You need them to blow it. Honestly, it's what you need to have. It's what you need to happen. They had it. I dead to rights that it was going to be theirs. But that game is at 7 o'clock. All eyes are going to be watching that one. Here was Dean Evison after the game last night. Jet Greaves allowing 1 goal in his last 3 games.
I think the team's feeding off each other. I think the team is saying, doing the right things. It's not an individual game, guys. It's a team game, and everybody's pulling in the same direction. They're all on the same page, and we've been fortunate to get some wins here. We need to get 1 more.
How have they accomplished this 5-game winning streak?
Just playing hockey, preparing the same way. You guys we just want to play. Obviously, we want to play longer, and they're just playing hard and preparing properly and getting ready to go, and got 1 more to do it.
Chance the Rapper said at the very beginning of the show, you got to do that hockey, man.
Do that hockey. Like, that's what they're all about. They got to go out there, play hard, get the win. They did that last night. Now it's in Carolina's hands to go get it done for you, to give you a shot tomorrow. That's what you're looking for.
Here was Jet last night. It'd be great to make the playoffs.
Yeah, it'd be so fun. It'd be so fun. I mean, you obviously want to, that's why you play, is to get in the playoffs and try to win championships at the end of the day. So that's obviously always the goal. And obviously this group's been through a lot this year, and just a group that's never given up, never doubted themselves, or doubted ourselves one time, and just in so much belief in this locker room. So it'd be great to keep that going and hopefully get into the playoffs.
1 more from Adam Fantilli, Mr. 30 goals himself. This team has never lost faith through the season.
I think that's something we've been doing as a group all season. I mean, we've been doubted straight from training camp from everybody on the outside, but I think we've always had that belief in our locker room, and that hasn't wavered. And it's certainly not going to waver now. We're going to keep playing our game and hopefully make it into the playoffs and do something there.
I mean, we get to talk to these guys, every day of the week, and I hope everybody out there enjoys those conversations that we have. And I mean, when was it when we started to talk about it with the players, Bob? December? Yeah. Like every Wednesday when they're popping on here and giving us some of their time in the morning. I mean, talking about the playoffs in December. And then we got to January and then February through March, through the break. And all of a sudden they're on this big slide. They look like they're going to be gone. And, luckily they gave us 76 games of great hockey, They kept you in it for 76, but they're going to be out of it. Then you get to the 77th, then the 78th, then the 79th, now through the 80th and the 81st. And you are right there on the precipice, when in all reality, this team has no business of doing that. Like, against all odds, we know the odds. We know exactly what this team went through. Horrible tragedy right before the beginning of training camp. You have 2 guys who missed a ton of time. You've got Sean Monahan missing time. You've got Erik Gudbranson missing a ton of time from the jump street. You had Boone Jenner miss the majority of the season coming right back off. They've had injury issues. Like, in no world should this even be a case with this team, but it is.
No. Yeah, there's with everything that happened, we were just honestly happy that you hit St. Patrick's Day and they were still relevant.
Yeah.
Things were going well. And then things started to slide a little bit. When we got into April, and after the game at the Shoe, back-to-back wins against Detroit, and I think they're 4-12 since that point being. 4-12. And then until they got on this recent 5-game win streak. Now they won 5 in a row, and they had to win 6 in a row to have a chance. And so they've got to win one more, and they'll know if that one last and final win, which has to be in regulation, what that will mean for them.
No, you think they're all watching together tonight, or do you think they're going to bed and then they're separate spots?
It's a good question.
Well, that's goody.
Because you've got to get the win. If they lose, and I mean, I don't think they would do like a watch deal because those guys probably want to get rest and make sure that they've got everything taken care of. Because should you get the opportunity, the last thing you want to have is a chance at home to win it and you don't take care of business.
Yeah.
So I doubt they're watching it together unless guys are like roommates or something like that.
You ever been in a situation like that? I mean, down to the wire.
Where you needed someone else to get something done for you?
Kind of, in a roundabout way, yeah.
You had to win to get in and things like that? Yeah, I mean, it's, I was at Ohio State my freshman year.
I know that
I mean, we need all those. And then some. I'm trying to think.
Holy Buckeye comes to mind.
Yeah,
really every other game
some of the other times we made the playoffs when I was in Dallas. Like, it was a big deal for us. Like, we played Philadelphia my 4th year. It was the opening of the new stadium. If we won, we got in. And if we won, we were the division winner. We got the home game. If Philly won, they won the division. They got the home game, but we played them the next week. So that was kind of a big deal. And the year before, in the final game in Texas Stadium, we had 2 chances. If we could win either one of our last 2 games, we would get in the playoffs. And we got smoked by Baltimore and smoked by Philadelphia. Not smoked by Baltimore. We had a chance to get stops and gave up 2 long runs back-to-back. And then the next week against Philly was the same thing. We didn't get it done either time. And so you get on both sides of those, and you know how they feel.
I mean, to work all the way throughout the year, right? I mean, it's not just through the season.
You get down to the very end, and you're like, everything we've done now is coming down to this point. The funnel or the pyramid, you're at the tip of the spear, however you want to look at it. Like, everything you've put in, the mountains of work. And here's the reality. Like, people are like, oh, they'll be good next year. Yeah, and that's true.
But no team's ever the same.
But no team's ever the same. You have to put in all of that work. You're talking a full off season, training camp, grinding through another 60 to 70 games to put yourself in position at the end of the season then to be playing for something meaningful again. And it's hard. And as guys get older, it's tough. It is tough emotionally and psychologically to do that.
It seems that Nico Iamaleava and his team may have overplayed their NIL hand. That's next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and happy Wednesday. We are still watching slow-moving traffic on the west side on I-70 westbound. Just past Hilliard Rome Road, we've got the right shoulder blocked off due to a crash. And here in the downtown area, 71 southbound to 670 westbound. That ramp slightly blocked off as well due to a crash. Crews are working to clear out. Make it a great day. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan
Everyone
Traffic.
deserves a fast and reliable connection. One that helps better their everyday through the things they value most. Friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
You pay what we pay with employee pricing at Coughlin Ford. Take over $5,500 off MSRP on a new 24 Ford Escape. Employee price $28,000. Or take over $7,000 off MSRP on new 25 F-150s and 24 F-250s. Visit CoughlinFord.com.
Coughlin has the car for you. All factory rebates to dealer. All prior sales excluded. In-stock units only. Must finance through Ford Motor Credit. Not all will qualify. No security deposit required. Residency restrictions may apply. See dealer for details. N43025.
Men over 40, struggling with low energy, not feeling like yourself? Low T Center's testosterone replacement therapy is the solution. Get started today. Visit one of our conveniently located clinics, meet a medical provider, and get back to feeling your best. This April only, the consultation is free. Treatment is tailor-made just for you and is covered by most major insurance. Get treated at our centers or from home. Why wait? Book your appointment now at lowtcenter.com. That's lowtcenter.com.
I can't wait to meet her. Oh my gosh.
Put your hands together for new Dr. Pepper Blackberry and Dr. Pepper Blackberry Zero Sugar.
There she is! Woohoo! Yeah! It's full Dr. Pepper!
With sweet blackberry flavor!
Dr. Pepper Blackberry, I'm obsessed with your succulent taste. Please marry me!
No! Marry me, or I'm gonna freak out!
Try new Dr. Pepper Blackberry.
It's a pepper thing!
Hey, spring is here, and nobody wants to suffer through another spring, summer, fall, not being able to do the things you love. Get outside, walk around with friends, go to your kids' games, go to your grandkids' games. Maybe you want to go bike. Maybe you want to play some pickleball, some tennis, some golf, whatever it is. Those are the activities you'll love to do. And maybe you're in intense pain. Hey, Bobby Carpenter here. That was me. That was my dad. And so you want to know what we did? We went and saw the medical pros at QC Kinetics right here in Columbus, Ohio. They're on the case, and they're going to get you the relief just like they did for us. For me, it was my knee. I had some issues from playing. They helped it out. For my dad, it was his other knee. They helped him out. But whether it's a hip, a shoulder, or back, you won't miss a beat. There's no surgery, and there's no long recovery. With QC Kinetics, the science is solid. They'll give you your life back without harmful meds. So go check them out at qckinetics.com/Columbus and find out the easiest path for you. They've got 2 new locations in Canal, Winchester, and Grove City, so give them a call at 380-208-4544.
Goes to Rothman and Ice has been named the best midday show in the country by our industry peers.
A winner if ever there was one.
Congratulations, gentlemen. Also, Common Man and T-Bone has been named best show at Sucking. The Fan.
Help DEA keep our community safe and healthy by participating in National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day, Saturday, April 26th. Take action right in your own home by cleaning out your medicine cabinet of unneeded medications. Keep them safe, clean them out, take them back. Find a collection site near you at DEATakeback.com. Do your part to lower overdose deaths and prevent prescription drug misuse before it starts. That's DEATakeback.com.
Are you in need of basic dental treatment but can't afford the cost? There may be a solution. Hi, I'm Dr. Hal Jeter, president of the Ohio Dental Association, and I'm excited to tell you about a program called Dental Options. Dental Options is a partnership between the Ohio Dental Association and the Ohio Department of Health in which qualifying patients can be paired with a dentist to receive discounted or even free dental care. Eligibility for the program is based on your financial situation. For more information or to apply, call 1-888-765-6789.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Mid-50s and sunny this afternoon. Temperatures drop tonight under clear skies, near freezing by early Thursday. We'll see temperatures in the mid-60s Thursday afternoon. Dry during the day, small rain chance Thursday night. Rain chances will pick back up Friday night, but that'll come after a dry Friday that pushes temperatures near 80. That's your latest 10 weather impact forecast. I'm meteorologist Michael Behrens on 97.1 The Fan.
Prime Sports is the official sports book of Morning Juice.
Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com.
The Fan. Panic and passion. Is that a motivational quote or the title of an adult romance novel? You're listening to Morning Juice.
Hey, just a reminder for you, coming up at the very tail end of the show, Columbus Blue Jacket, Erik Gudbranson, he's going to join us around 8:47 coming up this morning. We also want to tell you something, 70 pounds down now. Gary Player doesn't think that's impressive, but I do, and with Awaken 180, I've transitioned smoothly into maintenance mode. This isn't just about weight loss, it's life-changing stuff. I've dropped 13% body fat, visceral fat points are down by 8. Honestly, I feel like a completely new person. And the coolest part that is Awaken 180 just doesn't say congrats and then wave goodbye, kick you in the door on the way out. They prepare you for maintenance, so now I get to reintroduce myself to foods that I love. Pizza, ice cream, here I come, Gary. You hear that? Maybe even a cheeseburger with the bun. But seriously, my mindset's completely different now. Do I crave junk food? No. Can I eat those things? Sure. Will I? Absolutely I will. But the difference is I no longer feel like I need them all the time, and Awaken 180's free support for life means that this weight is staying off. My body's now working for me. I'm finally at my healthy baseline weight and feeling incredible. You can change your mindset, change your life. Awaken 180 made it happen for me, and if they can make it happen for me, they can 100% make it happen for you. That is at awaken180weightloss.com. Pool season's coming around here, Bob. Got into the pool last night.
Yeah.
Feeling good shirtless.
That's good. Listen, that svelte bod beam. Feeling good. You know, I mean, I thought you were John Cena when I walked in here.
More of a Bautista build.
That's good. That's good.
Is Caleb getting excited?
Oh, he is. They're talking about packing everything. I've got the tickets secured for SmackDown on Friday night. Cool. And so we're going to do the Friday-Sunday combo. Saturday night, have a nice little dinner, relax a little bit. But Courtney's like, hey, I'm going to pack him a suit. And I'm like, don't encourage Alex. Like, this is going to be even worse. Like, my friend that's going with him, like, if you get a little dude a suit now walking around, because he looks pretty sharp and he's got like a little Navy suit. Like, that's, I mean, he's going to want to he's going to take him over to Caesars and go buy him like a cane and a top hat or something, dress him like some sort of street pimp.
It's some sort of monocle on him.
Yeah, like throw all kinds of like jewelry and weirdness on him.
You whack some of those cards outside at the casinos.
That's what I said, get him handing them out, So, yeah, he's excited. Of course, he's got 2 Cena shirts, wearing them to each one.
Good, as he should.
Yeah, and that'll be good. We're pretty excited about it. It'll be a fun time. Just planning this whole thing, because today I have got so much to get done.
Mm-hmm.
We have my final class. I'm teaching over at Ohio State, so we have the final on Monday. So I got a couple of those to bang out. A couple of shows that I've got to get some stuff pre-recorded because we're going to be leaving for my YouTube show with Schlegs. So get those handled and taken care of today. Second class, and then when I get home, I mean, I talking is not like pounding concrete, but it's just an energy drain.
Yeah.
So last night I was like, I got to get to bed at like 9:15. If I'm tired, I cannot do this throughout the day.
No, I can't be gassed.
So I'll just lose the energy. I'll just lose the juice. And
vampire.
Yeah, and I don't drink a lot of coffee. I was thinking about having some today, but the problem is when it wears off, then I'm a mess, and I don't want to be drinking more because waking up tomorrow, we've got a bunch of stuff. I've got more stuff tomorrow, but not as bad. I got the dentist appointment, so that'll be got that to look forward to.
You like to get hopped up on the nitrous oxide like Shark does?
No, they don't let me take hits of that. I'm not a big fan of
you
it.
asked?
I'm not a big fan of the nitrous oxide, though.
You're not a big fan of it?
I don't really like, the only thing that I indulge in, really, as far as substance is alcohol. Outside of that, I'm not really big into
the substance use.
The substance use, I'm not the big.
Shark said it's the greatest thing in the world.
People are into.
They put that funny looking mask on you that just goes like right through your nose cavities.
Some people are into they've got the vapes, some rec drug use, those are things that have never really appealed to me. So I try to steer away from those.
Well, LSD was created today, however many years ago.
Well, they discovered the hallucinogenic properties of it.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know. That sounds really scary.
How do you think you discovered that they have hallucinogenic properties?
My mind is already scary enough.
Yeah.
Okay? It's got a real Alice in Wonderland feel on some days. There's a lot of things we're traversing. Like, it goes from like Moana to Alien, okay? Predator, like it's all over the map. So adding in,
I know.
Working
with you for getting to talk to you for 3 hours a day for the last 4.5 years. Yeah. I'm very aware.
And the worst part is, you can help wrangle me. The problem is when I do the show with Schlegs, then I have to wrangle him. Oh. And that's even worse.
Well, who wrangles the both of you?
That's the problem, is I've got to wrangle my own mind and then wrangle him. So I'm psychologically exhausted for his tangents and his disregard of time and all these other things of what's going on, and just me trying to steer him and navigate him in a productive way is not hard. It was not easy. And
I don't know, man, maybe one of those ayahuasca retreats will help you with some clearness there.
I would love some clarity. Mother, I watched that I watched, what the heck is the show? Misunderstood. Enigma. And that looked good. I could maybe do something like that. I don't know. I'm afraid I might end up killing myself or other people. Injuring myself or others. Like, that's the main thing. That's the main issue that I've always had.
I'm sure they have people there. They've got security teams.
Yeah, Coach, I'm going to be honest with you. Like,
they would shoot a poison dart in your neck.
They would need that. They would need a tranq dart, because I'm not even sure a taser would get it done.
Yeah, probably not. You're pretty beefy.
I've watched people that I know, guys who I've played with, handle multiple tasers before. You've seen videos of that.
Yeah, I've also have friends that have ripped.
Yeah, they've ripped the taser out and kept going.
Out.
So I don't want that, especially if I'm on drugs. Like, that would take it to another level.
It's not a drug; it's a natural compound.
I understand that, but it's a mind altering substance, naturally occurring. Okay, and that's fine. And I think that it's probably safer than stuff that's synthetically made. But I would just be worried about what would happen at the other side of that. When I get into that
that's
portal,
why you break on through to the other side. That's what the song's about.
100%. Jimi Hendrix, or not Jimi Hendrix, what's his name? Jim Morrison. Break on through. My dad's like, what are you trying to break on through to? I'm like, the other side. Nobody knows. Yeah. The other side it's a beautiful mystery. It's like
John Nash, or what's
McConaughey, Interstellar. That might be the other side. I'm on that bookshelf in the future in some sort of parallel reality.
job?
Just craziness. So that's where I feel like I would be living. I already have enough of those thoughts that go on in my brain anyway. And so encouraging those and giving them a place.
You just lean into it,
I don't know, Beam. Like building some sort of place where you can cultivate those in a higher degree than they already are. Mm-hmm. I mean, I already have enough psychological problems. My wife tells me all the time, the emotional highs and lows, and I've learned to regulate it better. But I feel like getting into something like that would eliminate the guardrails that I've slowly tried to build and funnel myself down. And then you'd see a 20-year-old version of me again.
Back to the hot and cold machine.
Which is, the hot and cold machine doesn't even begin to describe it. The highs and the lows that I experience, they feel amazing, like riding that roller coaster. But I don't think the people around me appreciate the same feelings that I get. So I don't think they enjoy it as much.
So Nico Iamaleava's NIL situation is a pretty wild ride as well. Timeline of this, missed practice on Friday, said he was going to enter wanted a new deal from Tennessee first and foremost.
$4 million. Carson Beck, Miami.
Tennessee came out and said, no, nobody's bigger than the program. Best of luck to you. He enters the transfer portal. Apparently there were 3 teams involved, maybe more interested than the others. It was Tulane, it was North Carolina, and it was UCLA. Tulane is out. North Carolina is out. UCLA currently linked to Nico Iamaleava, according to Pete Nakos of On3, who has been all over this, that multiple schools now are waiting to see whether his price falls into the range of $1 million. That was $2.5 million he had, or 2.4 to be more specific, from the University of Tennessee that was already a signed contract, had another year left on that deal as well. He decides to forego that. I want $4 million. People getting into his ear. It's a bad situation for him. That's a bad situation for anybody giving him advice. Now teams are saying, well, let alone the fact that you pulled that stunt with Tennessee, you're off 90% of teams' boards just for that act. But now we're not even going to pay the 2.5. We're waiting for your price to drop down to $1 million.
Well, I don't think anyone was going to pay the 2.5 because he's not worth more than that.
Yeah.
I mean, Tennessee was paying him, probably overpaying him because they had committed to those dollars. I mean, Nico was a good quarterback last year, but no one was confusing him, with Jaden Daniels.
No.
From a year. It'd been one thing if he's a returning Heisman Trophy winner.
Correct.
Then we got some leverage. Or if you're a guy that is the presumptive number 1 overall pick.
He's a good quarterback.
He's played good. He's got a great potential, but his ability and potential have to start aligning. And he's done some good things, but not consistently enough. And it's not like he's carried a team. And by the way, you watched Hendon Hooker playing that same offense, who wasn't near as talented, and do a really good job. You've seen guys with other ability play in that Josh Heupel offense and be really good. So it was a good situation and a good system for him, and was choosing to look elsewhere and trying to figure out something else.
Pete Thamel of ESPN wrote an article talking to general managers at Power 4 schools. Here were some of the quotes coming from that. He said, I think he has a zero market. It'll be an interesting test of how smart and disciplined colleges are while they're looking at him. Another general manager had to say absolute zero interest. So it doesn't seem...
all you got to do is look at the film. And then you think, we're getting him after spring ball. Who do we have now? What is he going to require? And will he be able to beat out our guy? And will he be a fit for our locker room? Because, by the way...
That's the biggest part.
Your quarterback is the face. And he's going to be the guy that everybody's looking to. And is that the guy you want at the top of the food pyramid?
Let alone take all the problems that you had just mentioned there. I mean, you are missing spring, okay? So that's done. I know that a couple of programs, few teams have got a couple of weeks left to go in this entire thing. But by the time that you get into the portal and you're already there and you come into a landing spot, what are you going to get, 3 practices in? It's not like you're going to have a full off season with the team. Okay, then you got to work out with guys more along in the summer. Okay, if you check that box, your coaches and your general managers and everybody on staff then has to try to convince the locker room that you are the guy. And because this is going to be a high-profile situation, wherever he goes at, how do you think the guys in the locker room feel it? That's why I think, Bob, these general managers are coming out to say zero interest. I don't know if that's from their perspective. I don't know if that's from a nationwide perspective, but whatever it is the case, he's going to be behind the 8 ball. You can say talent and all these different things about him, but you will be behind the 8 ball when he gets to campus, and this whole thing can and probably is just blowing up in their face right now.
Absolutely. And his dad, here's the thing. I don't even know if this is all Nico. I think it might be driven largely by his dad and the agent.
Mm-hmm.
And the dad's probably listening to the agent, and the agent's probably telling him, hey, I can get you this. Can you?
Probably told him, I can get you.
He's probably already said that there's people out there that'll do this, that'll pay you if Tennessee won't. But let's see if we can get Tennessee to pay us $4 million. Tennessee said no dice. Everyone else has said no dice as well.
Why wouldn't you be doing this at the beginning? Just from his camp's perspective.
Well, they asked for more money. They were apparently holding out before the CFP game against Ohio State. But then why wouldn't you have tried to renegotiate that immediately after?
Yeah.
And if they said no then, they were probably going to say no all along.
Yeah.
And I guess he got
then I will get into I will be in the portal when it opens today.
He wanted to try to drag through, and what they did was kind of slimy. I'm going to try to drag him through, take him up to the point where we're right on the eve of the spring game, and then try to lever up.
Yeah.
Which I don't think you negotiate like that. You don't read trade deals. You don't act like that. You don't negotiate in secret. I've always been upfront and honest with people. Like, this is what I need. If this works, if it doesn't, okay, and then we'll move on if not. But the deception and things, it is disgusting to have to deal with when people lie to you in negotiations. And believe me, I've seen it. I've been a part of it, and I don't like it.
You will regret that too. You will regret not taking Will Howard in the NFL draft. That's in 2 minutes. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there and good morning. 70 westbound still slow moving on the west side due to a crash just past Hilliard Rome Road. And in the downtown area, 71 south to 670 westbound. We've got a crash cruiser also working to clear on that ramp. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
The sports calendar is heating up, and with ESPN Bet Sportsbook, you can go from checking news to stats to placing bets in a couple of taps. Stream games, bet live, and get exclusive offers when you link your ESPN account. Right now, you can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Quarterback Jordan Love isn't just on Green Bay's team. He's also on the American Family Insurance team. Because like us, he believes in dreaming fearlessly.
Just chase your dreams and don't let nobody hold you back.
And we help protect those dreams with the right coverage so you can
dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Do your good-looking shoes hurt and you don't want to wear ugly shoes? At the Good Feet store, we can help you wear your heels, boots, and dress shoes again in comfort. Trade in your bad feet for good feet at the Good Feet store.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Fast, sustainable weight loss without medication. Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
Beam has a baby face. Bobby has soft hands. That should not stop you from listening to this show. This is Morning Juice.
Hey, reminder. Here in about 15 minutes or so, Erik Gudbranson, Columbus Blue Jacket. He's going to join us at the very end of the show. Excited to talk to Goody. 5-game winning streak. They're back. Fantilli scoring goals. Jet Greaves, his performance. Defense playing really well in front of him. So a lot to get into there with Erik Gudbranson. Again, he's going to come up here at the very end of the show as we get to talk to a different jacket every single Wednesday at this time. Just back on the Nico situation, I did see a little update. Pete Nakos, Vaughn 3, again, has been all over this. Tennessee quarterback Nico Iamaleava has entered the transfer portal with a do not contact tag. So he's officially now in there. Second window open today. You can officially go to different places and schools now. There's been a lot of movement already.
Gosh, I can't wait to see. I mean, I guess there's no crazy rush to get in or to find a spot.
No, not now.
But I do feel like you would want to probably have this wrapped up May 1st.
Yeah,
second week in May, because that's when a lot of schools start getting out. Like Ohio State's done after next week. They have finals starting next week. And so, usually you have a week off at that point, but then people start getting into their summer program. And so you want to be there for the start of the summer program. It's not like you're bringing in a guy.
Closes April 25th. So, I mean,
you can get it. That's the latest you can get in. You can always get sucked out of there, Beam. The extraction process is always
extraction
ready.
point's different?
Yes. it's like the glory hole beam. You can always get in it, but then being on the other side, the extractor, that's where you can always, or you can only get in certain times, but the extractor always exists on the other side.
Jerry Jones is trying to find that forever.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to make that happen.
He just wants some.
Did you see Will Howard's comments that he had made? He was doing a podcast, and this was pretty interesting. He was on Hey Rookie on ESPN. He was doing that. He was doing the Gruden's quarterback camp, which was good. This was interesting out of Will. So cameras caught Howard being asked why a team should draft him. Howard discussed being overlooked by top colleges earlier in his career.
Rattled him off.
And he also hopes that some of those schools don't look back with regret. He said his message to NFL teams are this: draft me or you'll regret it. When I get to the NFL, I don't want you guys to miss out on me, because every single team that picks a quarterback in front of me, I'm going to make it my mission to make sure that they regret picking me. I love the confidence from him. I mean, it's good. I've had this backfire many a times, Josh Rosen being the one that comes to mind immediately, where he said that too.
Everybody's regretted it. Is that not a thing?
Well, what's he up to?
I don't know. He was really good at tennis when he was younger. Maybe he got back in the tennis game.
He's been out of the league for a while.
Over under 3.5 seasons, vested in the NFL for Josh Rosen.
I'll say slightly over, but not by much.
I'm going to take the under on that because I think it's 3. I said it at that purposefully.
3.5.
Let's see here. Nope, it is 3. He was 14 games with Arizona his rookie year. Second year, 6 games with Miami. Nothing in 2020. 2021, 4 games.
So 3.
So he barely got vested in his third season. Barely.
And that was a top 10 pick. You top 5er?
I think he was 7.
Okay.
I want to say. Let me see here.
10th.
Your career, yeah.
I think he was 10th.
Where does it say this? It doesn't. You'd think it would say this. Oh, yeah. First round, 10th overall. Good job, Beam.
Yeah.
Good job out of you. So, yeah, I
think Will Howard
Josh
Rosen.
Bollinger, Lippincott, Rosen.
I don't think that they're kind of the same playing fields, but it did kind of remind me.
People thought Josh Rosen was better.
Exactly. You're 100% correct. And that was a can't-miss guy. At least Will's confident. I mean, he's been running through the ringer here at a decent pro day at Ohio State. Combine is what it is. I think it'll be a good fit. I think if he plays right away, might be some issues for him. I think he's a guy who could stick around the league for a long time, Bob, if he gets into the right spot and the right teams. And we've seen it happen with a ton of guys over the year into the NFL draft. All you need is an opportunity in the correct spot, right?
Yeah,
I mean, timing and situation are two of the most imperative things when you talk about landing destinations and then going to wherever you're going to be playing your football at. Look at Geno Smith. Look at Geno Smith, man. Look at Sam Darnold last year. These guys did a little quarterback swap-a-rooski in the offseason, but Geno Smith was dead and buried. Didn't start a game, started meddlingly, and then all of a sudden has come out the other side, good quarterback. Same thing with Sam Darnold. Those infamous comments on that, was it Monday night? I'm seeing ghosts out here.
Oh, yeah.
Like you're in New York, you're caught on a hot mic. You can't say something like that. And then he goes down to Carolina, and then he's with the Rams.
Yeah.
And then he goes to Minnesota, has a fantastic year. Congratulations, big free agent contract.
Sometimes it's just the right fit in the right spot.
Yeah.
Sometimes guys just get overdrafted and don't have what it takes, and don't have the tools. And maybe their unwillingness to kind of change and learn, and there may be a certain arrogance that comes with having a lot of success early on. I think we're seeing that a little bit right now with Nico's situation, whether that's with him or his parents. But yeah, that's another piece of it.
What do you even look to if you're Nico, though?
I don't know.
I'm being 100% serious. Like where in the world are you going? If teams now are waiting for you to drop the NIL tag to $1 million,
this will be a pride thing for him.
Yeah.
Like, is he willing to wait and see if someone will come up, or are you going to say people are offering me now $1 million? That's what the market rate is for me. Am I going to take that $1 million and go play at the best possible place I can find, or maybe you take $750 and go to a better spot? I don't know. Because, I mean, if money, you already just lost $1.5 million.
Yeah, what's $250,000 after that?
I mean, now you're looking at the best possible scenario to put you in a position to be able to get drafted as high as you can and get developed at the highest level. I thought that would have been potentially in Carolina. But when he probably came to them saying, I want $4 million, they're like, no. They're like, well, I'll take 2.5 then.
No.
Yeah. We're going to do that. Well, how about just $1 million? Well, we would have given you $1 million at the beginning, but the fact that you're coming to us with this nonsense, when we told you probably like, hey, we're interested, but at a reasonable rate.
You could go back to Tennessee.
Oh, yeah. You think that that's going to happen?
I mean, it's a possibility. We've seen guys here at Ohio State and all over the country get into the portal, then come back. Right? Bryson Noah Rogers did that.
The way that works.
I know. There's no chance in that.
Coach, when you're trying to hold out.
Tennessee comes and says, we'll give you the $1 million.
Gosh.
Your $2.5 million that you had on the table, that's dead. And we don't live in the same world as we did 5 minutes ago. We'll have you back. You know the offense. We're excited to have you back, but it is at a discounted rate now for us.
Gosh.
That's a business lesson 101. You want to talk about swallowing your pride and the best situation actually football-wise for him?
Oh, yeah.
It's that. But I mean, that locker room, good luck explaining that to your teammates.
Yeah. That would be something, man. He'd be walking in there with a zipper mask on his mouth. I mean, you'd be like being let in by someone. You would be a full submissive at that point.
He's not saying a word.
You would be the full submissive.
Or you just say, guys, my dad, what are you going to do? What are you going to do about parents?
And that might be it. And that's to everybody, everything I've heard, that Nico has been a good dude. It's not him. It's his dad and the agent.
That's his team.
And so that's more of it. And so that's probably what's more frustrating to Josh Heupel than anything is the fact that your guy is actually a pretty good dude that's doing this. It's more a function of the fact that he's just getting really bad advice and he's listening to these people as if they're soothsayers, you know?
Like an old, wise mage.
The horse lord, being he conjured some magic spells on you from
Gary Player
Sauron.
talking about thoroughbreds.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I'm excited.
There's no chance he goes back to Tennessee, right? No way.
The Jackets had better odds to make the playoffs a week and a half ago.
Higher odds at their pinnacle. Nico going back to Tennessee or the Jackets making the playoffs 9 days ago?
That would be remarkable. Now, I could say this. If Nico would call Josh Heupel himself, be like, listen, I'll take $1 million.
Yeah. I'm going to own it.
I'm going to come back here and I'm going to stand up in front of the team and apologize to everybody. My dad and the agent aren't involved. You'll talk straight to me, and then that will happen. But I don't know if he has the stones to be able to look at his dad and say that to him.
Yeah.
And be like, I'm in charge now, man. You guys have screwed this up. I'm going to go back to the place that's best for me, and I'm going to take a knee. I'm going to tell everybody that I screwed this up. You guys actually did, but I've got to own this decision. And you know what? Hopefully go spend the rest of that money on some other players, you guys in here, and on some other good players, and then we can have a better team.
Columbus Blue Jacket, Erik Gudbranson. He joins us next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there and good morning. 70 westbound still slow moving on the west side due to a crash just past Hilliard Rome Road. And in the downtown area, 71 south to 670 westbound. We've got a crash cruiser also working to clear on that ramp. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
At Diamonds Direct, our experts go the extra mile to ensure you have the tools to say I do with absolute confidence. Our promise to you is a completely risk-free shopping experience rooted in transparency, education, and integrity. No pressure, no intimidation, just clarity and confidence in your purchase. But we're about more than just price. Everything is backed by our exclusive guarantees. Put our tools to the test against any competitor, and our expert staff will ensure you get the very best overall value and unforgettable experience. Learn more at DiamondsDirect.com. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Do you realize making the minimum monthly payments on your credit cards, it'll take nearly 20 years to pay them off? What if I told you there's a way for you to get them all paid off in just a matter of weeks? Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Imagine wiping out all of your credit cards. Here's where you go. AFLcash.com. That's AFLcash.com. Advantage First Lending is the easy button for tapping in to hundreds of thousands of dollars in your home equity. That's not the bank money. It's your money. Listen, your home, the value is way up. And now AFLcash.com has a super fast, hassle-free program that lets you turn that equity into cash. People who do this are living their best life. Their credit card debt free with cash left over for other stuff like home improvements, maybe a vacation. See how much money you can get now. Go to aflcash.com or call 844-394-CASH. That's 844-394-CASH. Say goodbye to greedy credit card companies. That's aflcash.com.
Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 1209177. Subject to lender approval. NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
So we bought an actual shopping mall and put one of the largest Honda dealerships in the world inside of it. Hi, it's Steve Lindsay with Lindsay Honda. So it's big. We house about 150 to 200 cars indoors, lit, all unlocked, ready for you to be able to view and see. A fully tempered climate. Doesn't matter if it's raining outside, 10 below zero, super hot. There's real trees inside, and it's just a casual environment. And if you haven't seen it, it's really a cool story, not about its opulence. It's just a cool story to see what was a dilapidated old mall being reinvigorated into a pillar in the community that everybody benefits from.
This month at Lindsay Honda, choose a 2025 Honda Ridgeline RTL, Honda HR-V or CR-V, and pay just $299 a month at our famous Lindsay Honda Trade-A-Thon. We'll trade for anything and give you $1,000 more for your vehicle all month long. Visit lindsayhonda.com for details.
Common Man and T-Bone.
I think Dane even filled in. Oh, yeah? Yeah. It was the first time John Gruden has ever listened to our show.
Dane Sanzenbacher, Ohio State Buckeye.
Common Man and T-Bone.
Sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company.
Weekdays 3 to 6 on The Fan.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
So it was the fourth quarter and we're down by 5. Sweat pouring down my face. Suddenly it hit me. If only I could wrap part of the towel around my forehead. And that's how I became the first basketball player to wear a headband.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Empower. Tim collects bobbleheads. A lot of bobbleheads. Baseball bobbleheads, race car bobbleheads, little chihuahua bobbleheads. He's got an entire room strictly for bobbleheads. Does he need them? No. Is his wife mad about it? A little. But Tim works with Empower, and he got good at money, so he can be a little bad. Ooh, horse bobblehead. Classy, Tim. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
The Fan Poll is brought to you by Caster Connection. Visit CasterConnection.com to shop online or to work with our Caster Solution Specialists.
A radio show hosted by two former football players, one slightly more successful than the other. You're listening to Morning Juice.
It is Wednesday. It's the final segment of the program. You know what that means. It's Jackets time.
Morning Juice presents Talking Jackets.
Now it's Bean Jenner along the end boards, and he stuffs it behind Peter Mrazek for the score.
Sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
This week's Columbus Blue Jacket of choice, he is Erik Gudbranson. Goody, thanks for the time. 5-game winning streak. Got the deal done last night in Philly. 1 game left. How the boys feeling? You doing all right?
Yeah, we're doing well, for sure.
Crazy ride these last few games. You guys have been playing in playoff games for, the last handful. I was listening to Adam Fantilli a little bit earlier. Guys said that the belief has not left the room. Goody, you've been around the league for a long time. What to you have you picked up on just from yourself and the belief around the room that you guys can put yourself in this situation in which you've done?
Yeah, I mean, it's just believing it's possible, honestly. A lot of trust in the room. Anybody you throw on the ice, you trust that they're going to take care of their job and whatever problems arise in front of them. And we've been working really well together as a group.
So, good, if you look back 5 games ago, odds 70-1, and I'm not sure what the NHL rules are. Did you pick up a little taste of that for a playoff bonus for you guys?
No, we didn't. No.
I mean, listen, that'd be a nice little. You get in the playoffs and you get paid on the process. I mean, those are some amazing odds.
I hope a bunch of people did take those odds.
I told Shark he's getting ready to retire. I go, you want to juice your retirement right now? Just throw a little taste on here. He didn't listen to me. But now all of a sudden it's 3-1. I'm like, the odds have just cratered. So it's a heck of a job out of you and everybody that's come out there and play. What is the mentality going into tonight? I mean, I'm assuming everybody's going to be watching this game with obviously Montreal and Carolina. I mean, it seems like you'll probably almost be more nervous for this than you will be suiting up tomorrow, regardless of result.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, when it's out of your control, that's the hardest. But, I mean, we're going to watch it closely for sure and hope that, things go our way. I mean, we did it the other night, that shootout. There was, a dozen guys in a room. You could hear a pin drop with Suzuki coming down with that to tie up that shootout. So, I mean, yeah, that's the situation we're in. We're going to be paying very close attention, and we really hope that it goes our way.
It's interesting, too, as we check in with Columbus Blue Jacket, Erik Gudbranson with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. So, I mean, good you guys are getting ready for your season finale tomorrow. It is at home and against the Islanders. I'm sure you guys got back late night last night. I mean, are you guys getting together to watch the game specifically, or will you each individually do it based on your pregame routines while you're at home?
Yeah, I don't think there's a watch party or anything like that. I think everybody probably just paying attention to our group chat. That's probably going to be going off that whole starting at 7:00. So, we're probably. I'm sure a few guys, the young guys, will definitely get together. The guys that live out in New Albany, they'll probably get out together, I'm sure. But we're all going to be watching it.
Good. We talked about this a while back, and Dean was kind of seconding it. The cardboard cutout you guys had of Don Waddell in there where you were removing the pieces of clothing. You've got the one piece left now. I mean, how excited. Dino said he can't wait to kind of pull that last little piece off American League style and see what's behind it.
Yeah, I mean, this group's been just an amazing group to be a part of this year, honestly, and it's it's hard to put into words how you feel about our getting to this point, and obviously we left some games out there, and wish we could be in a solidified spot right now, but nonetheless, this group, the way we've come together and just worked hard, worked for each other all year long, it's so nice to be a part of this group.
You've been around for a while. You've seen some good young players. I mean, Fantilli's really played well here the second half of the season. Had some injuries early on and different things. But, where's he kind of, watching his trajectory, how amazing has it been, and how good do you think he's going to be?
You know what? It's pretty funny because every time I come on here, it turns into the Adam Fantilli show, and he deserves it.
Well, when you're knocking dudes down and scoring goals as a rookie, it's a big deal.
Hey, I know. And you know what? He deserves all of it. That kid's been so good. I'd say just the maturity jump that he took between last yeir and where he is this year is staggering. I haven't seen a young guy do that in a very long time. He's been so good. And that's obviously off the ice, but the maturity in his game, he's been so responsible on both sides of the puck all year long. It's been a treat to watch. And last night he gets rewarded with his 30th goal of the year. I mean, he's a tremendous hockey player, and he's been setting the tone for us a lot of nights here.
Goody, let's talk about, we'll transition out of the Adam Fantilli phase.
The Zach Werenski show?
No, we won't do Zach either. We'll talk about a guy who you guys have been riding. Penalty kill has been fantastic in front of him, and he was admonishing that last night. But Jet Greaves, the up and down business, the nature of that. You guys, like I said, you've been riding him. He's only given up one goal in the last 3 games. What have you seen out of him? Because we've been talking to some people through the week. His heart rate, resting heart rate, I don't think changes whether he gives up a goal. You guys have a good lead. He is as constant, steady as it gets.
Yeah, for sure. He's one of those goalies that he walks in the room on game day. In the morning, he's easy to talk to, just simple Jet. You know what I mean? But when he comes back for game time, it's like, okay, just let him do his thing. During the game, okay, just let him do his thing. You don't want knuckles from me? Okay. That's fine. No, he's a tremendous goalie. He's super athletic. He stays very square to the puck, and he gobbles up everything. Like, everything is either sits in front of him if he doesn't catch it, or he's catching it. So he's been a huge boost for us, and we need him to continue to do that.
Goody, always appreciate the time. Thanks for hopping on with us here this morning. Have a fantastic day. Hopefully everything goes the correct way tonight. And if it does, best of luck regardless tomorrow against the Islanders in the regular season finale, all right?
Awesome. Thanks for having me, guys.
There he goes. Erik Gudbranson with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline.
I mean, regardless, if they win 40 games this year, that's a home run.
Absolutely it is.
That would be amazing.
It's a success no matter how you look at it. Hey, before we get out of here, let me tell you, 70 pounds down. It's not enough for Gary Player, but it's enough for me right now. With Awaken 180, I've transitioned smoothly into maintenance mode, and it's not about weight loss, it's about life-changing stuff. I've dropped 13% body fat, visceral fat points are down by 8, and honestly, I feel like a completely new person. The coolest part is that Awaken 180 just doesn't say congrats and then wave goodbye. They prepare me for maintenance, so now I get to reintroduce myself to foods that I love. Cheeseburgers, nachos, all kinds of good stuff. My mindset's completely different. Do I crave junk food? I don't, honestly. Can I eat those things now? Sure. Will I? 100% I will. But the difference is I no longer feel like I need them all the time, and Awaken 180's free support for life means that this weight is staying off. My body's now working for me, and I'm finally at a healthy baseline weight and feeling incredible. Change your mindset, change your life. Awaken 180 made it happen for me. Check them out online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Someone asked in the chat what Josh Rosen's full name was, because I said it earlier. Joshua Bollinger Lippincott Rosen.
It's a strong name.
It's a lot of letters.
It's a strong name.
Just like Jan said.
I was
about
say,
26 letters and none of them are vowels.
None of them are vowels. Bob, I had so much fun with you today. What do you say we reconvene tomorrow if they allow us, recapping hopefully a big Carolina Hurricanes victory, which is something that we've never really done here on this show.
Celebrate the Canes.
Everybody have an awesome day. Uncle Bo and the boys, they are up next. We are back live tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. to break everything down. Have a good one. Talk to you then. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, no crashes that we're watching across the metro. I-71 is starting to pick up near downtown, and 33 out in Plain City also getting busy. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Stanley spent his life in the saddle, wrangling whatever life threw at him. But nothing prepared him for the fight against low T and ED. Shane practically hunched him over. Online pills just gave him a headache. He begged for a lifeline.
Well, maybe it's over.
Columbus Men's Clinic said no. Medical conditions, old age, there's hope. This is about real treatments. Science, not one-size-fits-all guesswork. Columbus Men's Clinic was designed for men who hate going to the doctor. Personalized plans, cutting-edge treatments, overseen by an actual medical provider that takes the time to listen. With low T and ED treatments others only dream about, we fight like hell to get you back in the saddle. Because every second you wait, your condition could worsen. Act now. Don't let time slip away. Dial 614-300-7400 or go to columbusmensclinic.com. Your consultation is only $99, including blood work. And you'll know your T level before you leave. Columbus Men's Clinic, making it happen.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, I think I saw a fox on my way in.
Oh, that was the Carfax Carfox. He was congratulating us on our Carfax Top-Rated Service Center Award.
I have always rated Tire Discounters at the very top.
Oh, thanks. So does Carfax. And not just for tires, but for all our services, too.
Alignment, brakes, shocks, and struts, and more.
Yes, sir.
But, Mike, do you think people believe Carfax over me?
Well, you are the Phantom tire buyer.
Exactly.
That's are us. When dreams sunk in, that's are us.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel, plus low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsareus.com. 380-225-BATH.
That's are us. When dreams sunk in, that's are us.
Another reason to choose Hinderer Motor Company for your next vehicle. This is Justin Hinderer. Every vehicle comes with a lifetime powertrain warranty, award-winning service, and our exclusive Carvenience. We pick up your vehicle, service it, and return it so you save time and enjoy peace of mind. That's Carvenience. At Hinderer Motor Company, we take care of everything so you can drive worry-free. See why we're the best choice for your next new or used car by visiting HindererMotorCompany.com.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
I'm an old school Joe, and my philosophy is simple and effective. At the end of the day, it's not what you win or lose, it's what you save. And betting reduced juice at Prime Sports Ohio is the way to save money on every single bet. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com. Get a welcome bonus to match your initial deposit up to $400 in bonus bets. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 and present in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
At Meijer, we work hard to bring more locally grown goodness to life with a farm-fresh selection of crisp vegetables and juicy, ready-to-eat fruit. Whether topping off kebabs on the grill or adding healthy color to a leafy green salad, your family will definitely enjoy the delicious taste of Meijer produce. Plus, you'll appreciate the selection and savings we have to offer. That's the fresh-picked good life, priced for real life. We work hard to make life a good deal better at Meijer.
In-betweens are made for pizza. In between meals, meetings, thoughts, that's pizza time. Stop at Speedway and get 2 hot, delicious slices of pizza and a Mountain Dew 20-ounce for $5 with Speedy Rewards. The convenience stores of Speedway. Valid through 4/29/25. See app for full terms.
Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for basketball and hockey this season. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every one-timer and buzzer-beating 3 live and in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Don't miss out. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
The sports calendar is heating up, and with ESPN Bet Sportsbook, you can go from checking news to stats to placing bets in a couple of taps. Stream games, bet live, and get exclusive offers when you link your ESPN account. Right now, you can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.